season, bright day, and you have King Vetid, who's also here, and has taken his retinue of Ulfhednad to escort him, along with a lot of Berserker Getir, the normal infantry, populate the Murder Charge. There's actually too many of them to be contained inside. They have set up barracks outside with barricades. It's pretty much a military encampment right now of epic proportion. You are there, and we can say it's morning. You are in bed with your wife, enjoying the honeymoon as you're enjoying this nice weather that is a luxury for you and your people. It's very pleasant here. She is fast asleep, sleeping on your chest as you lay there, gazing outside the window and allowing your thoughts to trail to whatever puzzles your mind. Wonder where your people, where the Hellas Harpy is, how everyone's doing, along with what holds in the future for this exodus. While you're at the door, while you're in bed, you hear a...
Come in.
Door opens, you see a Hrafen, one of the scouts. Hi.
Yes.
We have a few distressing news. There seems to be 2 people of the Beyonders that have been that seem to be approaching this temple. They look very weathered and very tired from their journey. We do not know what happened, but since they're missing a lot of their power, I do not know what has happened. King Vetir told you to go see what is happening while he holds whatever it is he's doing in the main keep here.
Thank you, Raven. I'll go check out the Beyonders and greet them.
Yes. I'll take my leave. And he shuts the door.
I'm then going to carefully wake up Ida and tell her that I need to go.
What?
There are 2 Beyonders here. 2 from the crew.
So, can handle themselves.
Well, they seem to be in some rough weather, and I need to go.
Yeah, well, they kept you alive this long. I suppose it doesn't hurt to go speak to them, but don't you go running off.
I'll come back.
My bridesmaids will find you and will drag you back.
I'll come back, and I give her a kiss before dressing myself and getting out.
You head outside of the place you are residing in. You see there is a campfire in the middle with some Ulfhednad who are kind of encircling the fire, all with their wolf skins and intaking the some hallucinatory mushrooms as they are, this is normal of the Oathhead now. And they're kind of encircling while this old man sings with a rough voice. It's kind of like throat singing in a way.
Mm-hmm.
This place has become incredibly populated. All the dead has been burned and cleared. You see a lot of the provisions from this temple just being hauled from the fields into the granary, or like into crates, and then into carts. You see the wall has been repaired. There's a few dwarves here from Kaskarim that has expedited the whole reconstruction of the weathered wall from the temple. The keep is back to its whatever former glory it had. What do you do?
I go to meet the Beyonders.
Mm.
If I seek them out.
You walk out into the courtyard of the temple. Everyone recognizes you and acknowledges you. A scout comes in as you're walking. They're approaching through the north. Klein. They have already made. They're already on their way here, and they're alive, but they look really beat up. If you head to the north, you will find them. Or do you want us to get them inside the fort?
I will go and greet them. You prepare something to get them fixed up.
Mm.
They're
That
probably
being
in
said,
bad shape.
Vetid has gifted you this fine steed of this land. This is even better of the steeds we had back in Agria, and he brings forth this beautiful, stout, black stallion, very muscular, with braided mane and tail, and is escorted towards you, and very disciplined as well.
I see. A nice gift from the king.
But you have earned it, even though even though King Vetid claims this victory. We all know that you were the tip of the spear. Even if the rumors of you attacking your own allies is true, but what can we expect from you? That O'Grader turn beyond it, turn hero.
Well, that's the point, eh? You can't expect anything.
He gives you the reins of the steed.
I take this mighty steed and give it a pat on his head to connect with it.
Mm.
Does it have a saddle?
Yes, it's got a military saddle.
Okay.
The finest craft in all the craftsmen included in this Exodus. Really top-notch stuff. It's got Celtic knots going along the trimming. It's red, and it even has a tabard over it. A tabard is like a coat.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yes. Okay. So I mount the horse and ride north to meet them.
Yes, you mount the horse, you set it to ride, and this thing is fast. You've seen giant boars from the Valkyrias in Sturmkrag trot or even go full speed. This guy is dashing. You go an incredible. He actually brings tears to your eyes from the wind hitting your eyeballs, and very quickly people just kind of like, look out, as you ride out. And eventually, as you get through the one of the encampments to the north, you would see Aldis and Kiki walking shoulder to shoulder, limping. Well, why don't you guys tell me about your characters as you make it back to the murder charge?
Kiki is still mildly pissed about the events that had transpired. She is wounded, if I remember correctly. I think I was left pretty injured after that fight.
Oh, you're definitely bloodied.
I am definitely bloodied. I am kind of just trying to shrug off my wounds and patting off where I got hit from the fucking wizard. You hear him?
What is your facial expression detailing?
That
are your eyebrows kind of angry?
Her eyebrows are furrowed. She's got her gaze on the ground instead of her their usual looking forward with optimism type of stature.
Her humor has definitely
muttering to
her,
herself.
Her humor has definitely faded, or her lightheartedness. What about Aldis?
Aldis. Aldis is marching along. He doesn't look all that too worse for wear.
He or she?
He.
I said she. I said she. Anyway.
Her brain was pretty rattled.
All in all, she doesn't look too worse for wear, but her spear and shield are wrapped up, and she is carrying them under her arm, as opposed to wielding them as she normally would. She looks a lot more forlorn, and her eyes are downcast, so she's just kind of walking along, not really looking up about her surroundings, just kind of eyes downcast.
You guys are about 100 feet apart.
Okay.
And you see Fine. What do they see when they look at this, their captain?
They see their captain riding towards them on this big black stallion. And he's nicely dressed. He's not in his battle outfit. In nice, fine clothes. And
he's wearing a shirt.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But he has his great axe with him, as always.
Yes. You can say that's attached to the horse.
And he is quickly approaching.
As your eyes meet, you hear a shriek. High pitch. Definitely draconic. As you're riding towards, make me an animal handling check. Oh, no. No, shit, this is a war horse. No animal handling check. No, you know what? Roll me anyway with advantage.
War horse, animal handling.
Just roll a 2d20. I think their wisdom is like a 2 or something. Or a 1.
Just 2d20?
Yeah, 2d20, take the better roll.
16.
Okay, so as you're riding full speed, this white dart goes down, lands in between you guys as you close the distance like 30 feet apart. Dust kind of like bellows from the crater as you see a white dragon wormling standing before you,
Oh.
and it bares its fangs and gets down low with its tail, just kind of like swaying behind it.
Aldis is gonna notice this. She's gonna glance up and notice this dragon. She's gonna yell out, "No! Stop! Don't! Stay!"
Dragon cranks his head to look at you with his peripheral, draconic eyes, and stays put. The horse, you bring the horse to a halt as it kind of like bangs to the side as it comes to a halt, and you guys can now talk.
Aldis, Kiki, you don't look too well.
Aldis is gonna glance at Shrine and then look away.
Kiki's like looks up after seeing the Dragonland. She looks over to Ryan, and she's quite surprised by this. Well, look who'll be here. Didn't expect to see you on our path, Captain.
Well, I got word you were coming, and looking worse than I were when I left you.
To be fair, I was figuring it'd be the king himself. That'd be great for us. But, alright. Not the best conditions, I have to say. Isn't that right, all this?
What?
Isn't that right? Right, all this. Not the best conditions for us to be great,
No,
Captain.
it's not.
Well, I ordered the scouts to fix you up when we come back. And is that
Just
your
give me a
dragon?
mug of ale and I'll be fine. I've been in worse conditions.
Sure you have.
She rubs whatever wounds. I can see the pain. Oh shit, I'm actually bleeding quite a bit.
Aldis is gonna put her hand on Kiki's shoulder and impart 5 with a soft emerald glow. Impart 5 lay on hands.
Sure.
How much HP do I get from that?
5.
5. Yeah. Okay.
5, thank you!
The white dragon wormling looks very beaten up. Like there is obviously a few scales missing, and with nasty wounds, and he just kind of lays down and begins to blink into a slumber.
Aldis is gonna crouch down and just kind of start stroking his shoulder.
As you can see, you got quite the tale for you, Captain.
Yeah, how did you end up like this?
Well, that's a bit of a long story. Preferably something I'd had to drink too, if I wanted to recall it.
Well, let's get you back to camp. What about the dragon?
Kilroy, is the dragon gonna move, or is he suckered out and plopping down in the middle of the road?
He is he's kind of getting ready for a rest of sorts.
Okay.
You might want to call for a wagon.
Yeah, I'm gonna mutter down.
People gather. The men in the camp kind of gather around a respectable distance, witnessing the dragon and the hind speaking with the rest of the Beyonders. You do hear the sound of a few berserker get here, sort of getting rowdy, and the clanking of their mugs at a makeshift tavern they have outside the walls.
Okay. I'm gonna say to the dragon in Draconic. Hey, come on. There's really a better place to sleep than here in the middle of the road. Don't want there to be any trouble.
He kind of looks at you and blinks really slowly. Kind of looks around. And burrows to cover himself as he doesn't want to move. He's gonna take a nap there as he digs underground, only leaving his nostrils to breathe.
He does like that spider does. He just.
Aldis is just gonna stare down at the little white snout poking up from the dirt and just shake her head.
Okay. What do you guys want to do? You want to go back into the murder charge?
Tavern.
Yes. Do you guys need to borrow my horse?
How far is the makeshift tavern? Is it within
Like
sight?
a minute away. Yeah.
I've walked farther. I've ran farther in the last week.
I've swam farther.
Oh, okay.
Keep the steed, Captain. And she'll like kind of pat it on its bum as she walks past.
Yep. Then let's head back to the camp and the tavern.
Okay. You guys start heading towards the tavern. There's a few makeshift rough wooden tables. But a table clears out as soon as you head towards the tavern for you guys to sit, along with a small squad of or shamans with their little satchels. As you guys all sit, there is a tankard with a tap. Not a tankard, a barrel, a cask with a tap that is set on the table, and they bring you all sorts of food, fruit most of all, but a few meat from hunting in the vicinity.
Pineapples?
Pineapples, the fable fruit.
From pine trees.
Pineapples, watermelons, cherries and apples, and anything in between.
Aldis is gonna perk up ever so slightly at the pineapple. Ever so slightly.
Ever so slightly.
She went from a depression scale of 1 to 10, from like a 10 to a 9.5.
Head to another.
Okay, you guys are sitting in a table, and what do you guys talk about?
Kiki wastes no time in getting herself a large mug of ale. She sits back with a hearty sigh, taking a big old drink.
Ryan, I expect this to last a couple hours at most. Another 2 hours, probably.
Okay, so Aldis is gonna get herself a mug as well and just kind of cup it in her hands, just kind of stare down into it.
Yeah, really good. Really, really good. So where the hell do we start all this?
Well,
Yeah.
we start from the beginning, I suppose. We heard reports that there was
We
we heard reports that there was someone who could possibly. Give me a second.
We heard some reports that there was possibly some that idiot that managed to take on that one spy we went to a while back all on his own.
Which I would note, you guys took that spire together, and there was a note in that spire that was very important. Just keep that in mind.
I forgot what this spire was called.
Feathergale Spire.
The Gale Spire, yes. and the guy, one of the commanders, was dealing with slave trade and all that.
The guy in that spire was kind of taking people from the spire to Riverguard Keep for some sort of cult indoctrination. You would all know it does not. The spire was not. Their public face was just a facade.
Do I have to shake this first before drinking it? I did.
Still, we heard someone took on the spire, and he heard that in the end he had gotten captured. But we figured that the enemy of our enemy is our friend, so we attempted a rescue mission to see if we could do it, and it did not go well.
It would have
I
been
see.
better had we gotten the help of them barbarians, but that did not go so well. Went quite shit, actually, if I recall.
As Lord started killing one of them.
You tried to kill the barbarians.
As
I
Lord
wouldn't say he
tried.
tried to kill. I wouldn't say he tried to kill them. He more tried to threaten them, I would say.
Yeah, where is Aswald? And where's Jordan?
Jordan, well, whoever knows where the fuck he goes nowadays. Fucks off for a while, comes back, a little bit like myself, but Jordan is Jordan. Asphalt, however. Right. And she takes another drink from her mug.
Aldis is back down and staring at her cups.
You see, instead of just telling you about right, let me tell you what happened. We thought about going to go get this guy, as we said. We wanted to go to the barbarians for help because we heard that the people who had captured this rambunctious scam seemed to be quite strong. Stronger than we had anticipated originally, but strong enough for us to require assistance all the while. When the negotiations with the barbarians fell through, we ended up trying to take them on our own. In any case, I tried to say otherwise. I didn't have much hope after not getting any help from the barbarians, but we ended up trying in any case. We had a good plan. Something I can at least commend. We had a good plan. We were going to wait for them to cross this bridge. The name of it evades me. We were going to have them cross the bridge and destroy it out from under them, but I should have thrown that fucking fireball when I had them in my sights. And Kiki goes back and starts muttering again and drinks from her cup.
We were
So-
routed, Aldis says, not looking up from her mug. We started our attack and then tried to pull out once Emrys was spotted, and I don't know what happened to him. All I saw was him fight. I don't know if he made it into the river and swam off, or if he's dead. But they spotted him, and our ambush did not go well. They had isolated Asvold, and I saw them striking at him, and the dragon, I thought he was dead. He got blasted out of the sky by a mage. It was a bloody mess. I didn't know he survived until an hour ago, or a minute ago, when we first saw him back. I barely escaped with my life and hid from those knights and paladins who chased me down.
It was a right shit show.
I should so indeed. You... But okay, you tried to get allied with the barbarians, and when that failed, you tried to kill them.
No, we left on our
Asphalt.
way.
Asphalts tried. And now you two are here, and with the dragon, Emerus is missing, possibly dead.
Possibly. I had Simone stay back and see if she can find anything. I'll see what happened. Perhaps there was a sign that they were still alive, and we could go and get them, but I don't know, I'm not holding my hopes up. Those people are pretty strong, and even if we were able to give them at least a run for their gold, I don't think they would be taking any prisoners. Can only hope. But
We can only pray to the gods, to the Asir, that they are merciful towards Emerus, and that his god is with him.
Aldis is just gonna shake her head quietly, still looking down. Oh yes.
Bark. In any case, we counted our wounds. We lost a few good men from the ship. We just barely have enough to be able to get the RP somewhere else. And then we gathered who we could, made our way back here, try and... I don't even fucking know why we came back. The fucking king is gonna rip our asses a new one.
Well, you're back now, and it warms my heart to see you two alive. Though it is grim news that you are bringing.
Yes, indeed. Not even the king had faith that we'd be able to do this. Gave us 2 days. And look what we come back with.
That being said, you guys hear a voice from amongst the military camp. Make a hole! King! Make a hole for the king! And
Fuck.
the king comes in with his retinue of Oathhead-Nod, running barefooted along the military camp. And he comes riding a stallion along with a few of his veteran guards. They kind of make their way towards you guys, darts around, does a few full circles before dismounting, and walking towards you. I see that you are back. You are missing a few short, but does not matter. It would, right in time, 2 days. And you're back, so that is good. But you all look worse for wears. I will not bother myself with the small details of how you got here or what has happened. Let us share a cup of ale, so I can tell you what's coming. And he dismounts, walks towards you guys for about 20 feet, flaps his cape and sits beside Fine. In motion, and he fills himself a cup of ale. Oh no, fuck that. One of the guys brings like this bottle of wine from the murder in charge, and
He's too good for ale.
Aldis
it's
just gonna
exotic.
glance at this, but then she's not gonna say anything about it.
Brilliant. Now that we have all the three of you here, the Grafen has spotted a small retinue of 200 knights clad in armor, bearing some sort of banner. And they're coming here, and they should be here momentarily.
Aldis's eyes are gonna widen a little bit.
Great clenches her fists.
200?
In a mug.
About 200, although their numbers dwarf amongst the people here. We have thousands here. I would do you all a credit. You do not need to get involved. I've already assembled one of my best Oathheadnar to go meet them when they come within sight. As you see, and then he looks behind him, you see the murder in charge, all bearing banners of Sturmkrag over the walls, and there is a sizable force here. I should meet this so-called whatever this is. I guess they're coming here to partition. But we should see. Take a rest, and Ryan, you ought to take your honeymoon here. You do not need to get involved in this petty attempt to whatever it is that they bring with them. And you hear the Oathheadnar begin to howl from within the murder in charge, like wolves, and begin to march past the road, evading the dragon, kind of split in half and going around and assembling at the northmost perimeter of this encampment here along the barricade.
Yikes.
So take a rest. We have woman, looks at Kiki, men to entertain you for the evening, food to your heart's content, and a good night's rest.
I'll replace the men with ale and I should be good.
Whatever it is that you need shall be provided. Well, Hein,
Yes.
do something about your people's morale. It's kind of affecting our encampment. Make sure that they seem heroic. You are pretty much the face of this whole invasion. I will helm this interception and make sure that they are dealt with at the edge of my axe. He finishes his cup of ale, slams it on the table. Ah, good, slaps his chest. I shall see to it. It's time for me to relieve you of some of your burdens.
Well done.
Can go bite me. Roll lowering my morale in my ass.
You heard the king's word. My orders are to increase your morale. So, whatever pleases you. Do what you want.
You
Take
want
this,
to
my
increase my morale? Why don't you turn back time before we had that absolute fuck up?
Aldis is gonna nod slowly.
Well,
Would it have been better had we just never come? No, then we'd be freezing. Then be freezing to death.
We need to actually be drunk for this area.
it is better to have you two here than none of you. So do not blame yourself. I trust you with my life, and if you had a plan that you saw fitting, then I would believe you made the right choice. Just that the Norns was not with you that day.
The right choice would have been to put my foot down and tell him not to do it. Oh, I can't believe it let this happen.
Yes,
Get
I
some
would have
more
matched the
ale.
Norns' wish instead. But
Well, we shall see. Get more ale to these people. They need it.
Yes, Clive.
Bring
More
the
ale.
whole cask, why don't you?
But you have a cask there.
Oh,
You,
good.
more
Bring another
casks
one.
for the table.
Bring another
And
one.
a few stout dwarves run out, hugging this barrel, like 3 more barrels, and they put it at the table. Meanwhile, the king gets abroad his steed, and as you see the Ulfhednar lightly jog towards the north, he joins with them at the helm. But now the camera is drawn back in a bird's eye view of the Murden charge. You see the king's force chart and carve its way through the people. And a few war horns are sounded as this 200-strong force appears over the horizon. Arbiter, you see a scale of an encampment of epic proportions. They surround the entire Murden charge. For you to carve your way through all these people would be very trying, not without any considerable losses. But you see the Murden charge. You see that they have the Sturmkragian banner hanging off its walls. And dust kicks off from the trail as a force goes out to meet you. And your knights are marching in order. You got a few banner holders holding the banner of Frothies and the Knights of Arbiter as an imminent approach dawns. What do you tell your men?
Ember speaks aloud. His head doesn't turn to face his men as he keeps his eyes fixed on the king. He says, today is the day that we show these invaders that all they had to do is ask, and we would have opened them with welcome arms. But because they did not ask, they instead get to be greeted with our swords. Today, we're going to show them what the Frothies people are made of. Steal your hearts, men. You're going to see potentially atrocities here today that you may not ever see again in your lifetime. And remember to treat your enemies with respect. Those who give up willingly and lay down their arms are to be treated with the same respect that we would expect of any other kingdom.
For Frothies! One of the lieutenants from the lieutenants you had requisitioned echo out as the men slam their full plate armor in a thunderous roar as they continue marching. And you see an envoy of sorts, a single horseman, break off from the main force as they stop, make a line, and the Ulfhednar bearing two axes and their wolfskin hood and cape are kind of panting heavily. Halt! You transgress on Sturmkragian territory. What is your purpose? Who is your leader? And make your claims fast, lest you feel the wrath of Sturmkrag descend upon you.
On the back of his Pegasus, a pure white Pegasus, clad in plate armor with many blue feathers, almost like a parade armor, with many tabards showing the many banners under frothies. And on the back of that is, you just see a silver man, completely silvered armor. Anybody who gets close would be able to see on his chest a rather large etching of a dragon's claw crossed over a feather. And he steps forward, or has his Pegasus, walk forward as he pronounces, I am Arbiter. I am an emissary of Frothies. I wish to parley with your leader at this encampment.
Well, you're in luck. He leads this interdiction. If that is true, then you might as well follow me between our forces and parley with King Vetir of Sturmkrag, son of Sigmund.
Very well. And he leads his host, 200 knights behind him.
What, like the 200 knights?
Yeah, they follow close
Okay.
by unless he tells them not to bring them.
Sure. You continue to charge forward. As you squint your eyes to look at the line, you see a man standing proud with a crown of sorts with a jewel in its helm, as he jabs quickly from both directions, and they begin to encircle broadly, but eventually encircle you all as you meet the king of Sturmkrag. You don't know much about this guy. You know histories of his father, how he had founded Sturmkrag, how he led his people in the Bifrostian expedition. He sallies forth with 6 of his berserkers as he goes, well met. It's a good day for combat. The sun graces this battlefield. I am King Vetir of Sturmkrag. Who are you and what are your intentions?
He steps off of his Pegasus, dusting himself off a little bit as he straightens out his plate mail. He takes off his helmet, and you can see that he has just a dark black hair, slightly higher cheekbones. You see he looks like a typical Frothian. You could even say he's very French in looks. He looks at the king and says, King, I am Arbiter, emissary of the Frothians. I have come to parley with you to stop this war peacefully. And I've given you, King, a chance to relinquish everything that you have taken and possibly explain why you're here in the first place. It's very strange to see your people here all the way across the oceans. Why are you not in your city with your great ice wall instead of here?
So you know of our people, a fraction of what we stand for. We don't need an excuse inherently to come here. Put it for we must in order to continue to exist. That being said, to withdraw from this, from our our hold in the world, highly unlikely. How do you think I would seem as king to back away from a worthy challenge? May I remind you, you're heavily outnumbered.
Well, King, I would like to remind you that there is more than just frothies here. There is other countries, other nations who will stand against you, but they won't be needed. Again, King, it doesn't matter what you think you're here for and what legacy you try to live up to. You are going to stop your invasion of frothies. Otherwise, there will be dire consequences for you and your people. This is no threat. This is just a fair warning out of courtesy. Frothesian courtesy. How is the wine and fruits we produce here in Frothies, by the way?
Certainly exotic, to say the least. Nothing that my men have never tasted before. That being said, I don't think the odds are in your favor. I understand the common courtesy to greet us before we cross swords. I cannot escape from our purpose here. We were driven here. We are here. That is a fact. Whatever forces seem to or hope to engage us, my man behind me, we do not fear death. As long as we die for a purpose, for our people, and we die for what we believe in with a weapon in hand, it will be a good death. But you, an emissary of Frothies, come here with a mere 200 armor-clad men, seek to overthrow our entire encampment. I don't think you're in a position to make threats.
I see wisdom keeps chasing you, and yet stubbornly you run away from it. Seeing as how you won't listen to my words, I challenge you to Holmgang.
Ah! I wanted this to happen.
Oh shit, son.
I wanted this to happen. You have no idea.
Shit, home gang.
I was
How does-
expecting you to say that.
How does he know
Holmgang.
about that?
Huh?
How does he know about Holmgang?
You don't know. But he has...
What?
You don't know. But apparently, you don't know this in character, that this is going on. But those are
What?
valid questions. The king sort of breathes in. Holmgang, is it? You know of our custom. That does bring a smile to my face. I can tell you, whatever outcome, I see you as an equal. Man, bring me my fable sword, so that perhaps no one needs to die, but between one of us. Do you need a half of fortnight to prepare?
He grabs his sword, and you see his eyes light up purple for a moment as he draws it, looking at the king. He uses his ability on the sword, looking back at this king for a moment. You know the ability.
Oh, you're using the sword.
Yep.
You know that this is indeed of royal blood, this king. You know that his past, he has lived under the shadow of his father's accomplishments throughout much of his father's reign. And he was given this opportunity to write a new chapter for his people, as it is befitting of a king. His likely future is that he would lead his people into a new dawn that is here. Doesn't matter where exactly is foggy, but you would know that he's got the full weight of Sturmkrag behind him by royal right. And he also withdraws his sword and dismounts his horse, cracks his neck.
Do I get a brief description of why he's here besides just conquering?
Send me the warden on the thing you're using, and I would see if that ability allows you to know that.
All right, 1 second. Sorry, I'm on my phone at the moment, so.
This does not tell you exactly why they're here. It just tells you about their past and their most likely future, which I have already explained to you. His occupation would be that, he's a son of the king.
Fair enough.
But it does not tell you why he's here.
So, there's 2 abilities that help you aware that are always on with Arbiter.
Sure.
Before the start of this duel. But okay, I'm ready anytime you are.
Okay. A few of the men kind of they kind of close a circle. A few of them to cut you off from your retinue, as they are held within the gaze of these hungry wolves that want to destroy them. You're brought into a closed circle, 60 foot in diameter, and a few of them walk up towards you and offer you a wooden shield with an iron band and a buckle.
That is alright, I didn't need a shield.
They kind of look at you, nod, and step away. As the king does a few short swings with his sword and takes a shield and points it at you. Let it be known that Sturmkrag does not quake before any opposition, and our claim in this land is righteous, divine right. I will strike him down where he stands, and then later we will decide what we will do with his men. I, King Vettir of Sturmkrag, accept your home gang, and let the weaves of fate be in your favor, arbiter of Frothies, the envoy.
And to you, King, I will send you to your Odin, the coward who hides in his own realm from his impending end.
A few of the men growl. The oath had nod. A few of them even wild shape into winter wolves at your sentence, but they're kept in line. Roll me a dex check. See who goes first.
Oh, he's going to let the king go first. Period.
Gonna let the king go first. Okay, so
yep.
The king draws his blade, pointed at the earth, brings his shield, and begins to circle around you as the orbit comes closer with each circuit. And he seeks to drive his blade towards you. Let's see. What's your AC is 1, right?
Yep, I'll let him hit anyways.
Okay. It goes through. He circles around you and then kind of feints in one direction, spins around his heels, and lunges his sword towards you, digs into your flesh. He twists it as you feel the blow. You take Where is my? Here we go. You take 1 damage as he encircles you, digs his blade onto you, twists, and blood gushes from the wound into his blade and drips onto the earth.
He immediately counter strikes, slashing him across the cheek faster than the eye for a max of 4 damage.
4 damage. How does this look? You just he stabs you.
Just like at this point.
He stabs
Quicker
you
than
and
the
you
king
just
could
swing.
Yeah, quicker than the king could even react. I have already slashed him across the chest. And then he puts his blade back.
It goes
his
through
shoulder and
simultaneously as the sound of steel goes. As both of you dig your blade into each other, it penetrates his defense. It actually breaks the shield and goes straight into his midsection. And he goes, coughs up blood. Kind of takes the shield, slams your sword down, which makes matter worse as you widen the wound. And he buckles back and stands at the ready with his shield, with his sword resting on his shield. It's your turn.
You see for a moment a bit of light come out of his back as wings, large and angelic, pop out. As he flaps them in the air for a moment and then rests them behind him, he then charges at the king, automatically hitting him using Shattering Hand for another maximum of 4 damage. And says, "King, you will soon become the ground beneath my feet."
Take your sword, you plunge it onto him. This time straight through his heart. Plunge it in. It comes out the back of him as he grabs the sharp edge of your sword. As he raises his sword up for one final strike, but then pukes a bit of blood as the sword falls headfirst and it digs itself into the earth. As he holds onto your sword, falls on his knees, and weakeningly looks at you as the sword is drawn away.
Arbiter whips his sword through the air, throwing the blood onto the ground as he puts it back in its sheath. Is the king dead?
He looks at you, blinks, and falls to his side. As the sound of contempt resounds within the forces encroaching you and the knights.
I have beaten your king, Sturmkragians. Do you not respect your home, gang?
They stand, and by home gang, by the parameters of a home gang, you beat someone, you get everything that they ever own, which essentially gives you the right to rule Stürmkrag with a swift blow. A few of them, a lot of them withdraw their axe. And you see a few of the Oathhednar bite into mushrooms. While a few of them back down, but there's nowhere to run for them. They just kind of face down and they kind of crack their neck. Whispers amongst them. What do you do?
He waves his hand and removes the mushrooms from their body. And then he will attack as he draws his sword again.
Do we not hear this?
Okay.
Did you hear me?
Yeah, no, I
Oh,
heard.
okay.
This happens. How do you remove the mushroom from their mouth?
Oh no, he lets them eat the mushrooms. He then waves his hand as they all glow for a moment in a yellow light, and the poison is then removed from their bodies.
Yeah. How are you doing that?
Just like that, he waves his hand, and they all have an outline for a moment.
Right.
As
I understand that. What are you?
Miracle.
Miracle what? Health?
Yep, miracle of health.
So yeah, that's an offensive dispelment.
Right, on my turn is what I would do.
Right.
There is an ability for the word of health that does that. Just so we're on the same
All right.
page.
Let me look.
Although the
Because
use
if
of
you
this
can
is
AOE dispel, I don't think it's indefinite. I don't think you'll be
That's
able to. Okay, yeah. Let me look.
it doesn't have to be. It's more of a show of what he's doing to them rather than how long it lasts. Let's see. Yep. Commit effort for the scene. Cure all diseases and poisons within sight. If the effort is expended for the day, the range of the cure extends to a half mile. But I'm not doing that.
Oh, thank God, I could still be drunk.
Yes. Imagine
So-
not letting you guys be drunk.
So you know, it was your turn. You miracle to do this. They kind of, as soon as the king is dead, they kind of bellow out, for Valhalla, and they begin to encroach your forces. The poison of the fly agaric is flushed from their bodies. However, they continue to charge forward without the relentlessness, and a full-on brawl is at hand. Although they are heavily, I don't know who's at disadvantage right now. But they kind of encroach your position, and then you got a brawl going on. There's a few trebuchets from within encampment begins as word travels down. And I'm not going to do a combat for you to fight this. This is purely cinematic. As you begin to cut them down,
It gets worse. It gets worse because I'm also going to be using Cutting the Crimson Road as a miracle, as an on-turn effect against foes of half of your hit dice and you have levels to minimum 1. Melee damage rolls are red, straight, and always maximized. And the overflow
Sure.
can be applied against any other foes that fit the conditions.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. They're still charging you because they're fanatics. You cut
Right.
a lot of them down. Your knights are engaged in a 360 circumstance, and they're fighting. The trebuchets go off from past the barricade. As they're bombarding your position, taking a lot of friendly fire. This skirmish goes on for a couple of minutes until eventually word travels down to the makeshift tavern much of the Beyonders are in, and they patch up your wounds. You guys are battle ready, but not really. You're not really healed
Rejuvenate.
from the trek. But you hear the word that King Vertir has fallen, and he's with the gods now, and we shall join them. What do you guys do? Aldis, and Kiki.
Well, at the moment of hearing that the king is fallen, Kiki nearly spits out her drink. Fuck do you mean? The king is fallen.
Someone has challenged them to home gang and they won, and now the people are enraged. And they're engaging them right now.
Horn gang. How does one of these foreigners know of Horn gang?
We don't know, but we're going to fight to the bitter end, lest we all find ourselves in Valhalla. And he withdraws his axe and darts towards the front line.
Ryan is going to go to the other walls on the camp.
You're gonna go to where?
Other walls on the camp.
Wolves.
Walls, like
Walls.
Walls in the encampment. No, there are barricades. I guess yes, there would be a few walls
Okay, so I'm
made out of wood.
going to run to the barricades, the walls, to see what's going on out there.
Okay.
And,
Otis, what are you doing? Yes. Sorry. Continue, Ryan.
and I'm going to shout some orders to the people around to get them battle ready and that the king is dead.
Okay. Yep. The men already grab their axes from whatever it is that they're doing, and they follow in after you. What is Kiki and Aldis doing?
Kiki quickly finishes her drink and she slams down an empty mug as wind blows aggressively into my ear.
Yes. Paz, we can hear a lot of wind on your mic.
I mean, I have the mic covered with my hand. Hold on.
So let's stop breathing on it. Get it out of your nose.
He's not breathing on it, that's just the wind. It's fine.
Is this
Okay,
better?
what do you guys do?
That's better.
Yes.
Okay, slamming down her empty mug, she looks at all this saying, well, I did not think I'd be getting into another fight today, but still I think we're gonna leave the captain alone on this one.
Aldis is gonna knock her mug over, stand up, grab spear and shield, and start. And says, well, if we're gonna die for Valhalla then. And she charges off after crying. Not waiting for Kiki to catch up.
Yep. And that's why I love this crew. She gets up and follows after. Where is my, actually, hold on. Let me look at my thingy real quick, because, where is it? That says I can make a two-person, the allies inside. Where the heck is it? Because there's a thing that I can do where it makes it so that a person is always counted as being inside my Futhark circle, and I can't remember what it's called. Any case, I would do that. Where the hell is it? 8 spells, associated spells, time dollars, 8. Spend food prod. Okay, here we go. Does this count as a? How long does this need?
How long is the what?
I'm trying to see if I required. As part of a long rest, you can paint a special rune combination on the skin of one of your allies. This ally is now your inscribed and has the following advantages. Always considered inside your Futhark circle. Yeah, but
You're
I don't
not
have a
long
long rest.
resting.
I know! God damn it, Ryan! Captain, why? Alright, fine, she's going. Let's go make the captain.
Okay, so here's what happens. Throughout this skirmish, you guys rally the forces and you make a formidable offensive against these perpetrators. The knights, they are cut down while this happens, but more losses are on the Stürmkrag sides as they frantically charge into the fray. And fighting ensues. There's trebuchets rounds going off in the concentrated areas of the knights, and they're going through. By the time you guys get to the front line, the knights are still holding on for 5 to 10 minutes. They suffered losses on the knight side, but Sturmkrag has suffered way more losses as they are just kind of leaping in. You guys get to the scene, you see Arbiter just effortlessly just deflecting blows and felling. You see him engaged by 8 combatants, and he kills 6 of them, but 2 of them still are able to dig their axes onto him. You guys see Arbiter in the battlefield in the confusion, but in a they are frantically charging. The waves don't stop, and Arbiter, you see your numbers dwindle within minutes. They hold their own. They form a combat wheel, but with every 3 failed, 1 goes down. And the combat wheel just gets shorter and shorter, and the Beyonders see Arbiter divided by his forces, and he's just holding his own. What do you guys want to do? The Beyonders, that is.
Let me see. How far away would he be considered?
60 feet by now.
60 feet? Oh,
Mhm.
good. Good. This is very good. Let me see where this is. Is that? Oh god, there's so much stuff I have to read in this shit. So do I always count as being inside it, or is it? No. Okay. I will open this up by dropping a food dark circle about. Yeah, I know that Ryan and Aldis are the ones who go in there for. You know what? We're just gonna drop one right next to him. Yes, drop one right next to him.
Okay.
Because he's within 60 feet, so I'd be able to.
What's the radius on the circle?
You use an action on your turn to. Oh, the radius is a 10-foot radius.
You want to drop that on them as they're engaging. Okay.
Yes.
What does that do?
Here, let me just put it. Oh wait, you're not in the thing. Let me just. Can I copy paste it, please? Thank you. Copy. I'm putting it in the campaign OOC. There. I never get to use this. Let me actually use it. I put it in campaign OOC.
Okay. What about Aldis and Klein?
I would say stand in the circle.
I'm going to. There were people following us, right?
There is a lot of people following you.
Yeah, I will order them to get in formation with the shields or whatever weapons they have, and get ready to charge to join the battle.
What about you, Aldis?
I'm going to take up position by my captain's side, shield raised and spear ready.
Okay. It takes a
Snarling.
few minutes to cut through your own, to get to the thick of the fight, because at the moment you have a soul warrior holding his own, and like 60 feet beyond Arbiter is the main force of the knights, and they they're cutting through them but at considerable losses, but many of them die with a smile on their face, with an axe in hand. Okay. We're gonna move into the next scene, where you guys actually managed to get into the thick of the fight with Arbiter, at least, because that was your plan, to get to the sole combatant or to get to the bulk of their forces?
Captain?
Lead the people to the soldiers to the bulk of the forces, but ultimately seek out the main combatant.
Okay. I'm gonna go to the toilet. When we get back, we'll be in the next scene, and we'll resolve it. So just give me a second.
Next scene, you say?
Mm-hmm.
Next scene, narratively speaking, you're still in the same scene.
I got you.
Be right back.
Let's see. Aegis, Alga Seal. Spend when your food card dies as a reaction to reinforce re-rolling an opportunity attack made against the target inside the circle. Expertise, Gift of the Gim Dragon. I thought there was one that... yeah, there we go. I can move it 5 feet.
5 feet?
5 feet.
Okay.
Yay.
What does it take? Oh, is that
It's
just...
a bonus action. It's like every time I use my bonus action to maintain the circle, I can move it 5 feet.
Okay.
Which really
That's
works
good
for
for-
me. Yeah.
Okay.
Please, I'm choking.
That works for a shield wall, yep.
Not choking yet.
I am choking.
Well, then how are you able to talk?
As I have trained myself. I am actually Paladin. I can still talk while being choked.
Yeah, she's proficient at being choked. Got it.
I am.
She's like, I learned this from my
It comes with the profession.
my tradition.
Yeah.
It's the entry fee to becoming a shield maiden. All right.
But she's not a shield maiden.
Oh, which faction is she part of in the Sturmkragians?
What, who, Kiki or Eden?
Yeah, Kiki.
Kaz Karim.
Yes, she's a Kazkarim, well, not dwarf, elf.
What? A Kazkarim elf?
Yeah.
I was gonna say, aren't the Kazkarim dwarves?
Yes,
Yes.
they are.
How is...
He was adopted.
You'll never know. God damn it, Aldis. It's supposed to be a secret. He's
Well,
supposed to ask.
All
I
right,
have my
so,
ways.
So,
Well, you didn't use it yet, did you?
Arbiter, you see the reinforcements arriving from the south by a large amount as they push their way through in a wedge and encircle you. Your knights are dwindling. Where you had 200, they're dwindled down to 80 from the fighting behind you. Hrain, Aldis, and Kiki all arrive at the epicenter of the conflict, where King Vetch's body has been treaded on by his own folk. The sword still dug into the earth. Attrition-wise, and this you will know this as well, Arbiter. Attrition-wise, your knights can't really survive this. You might survive this, but your knights, they can't. They're attacking insurmountable numbers. They're, racial-wise, they're doing well, but there's just too many of them. As you see, the main force follow Klein and Aldis and Kiki slightly behind, and they kind of split and encircle the back of your formation, and they seem to, with Klein's effort, be cutting down things a bit more efficiently. Klein, we'll start this with Arbiter. What do the players see when they get into Arbiter's viewing distance? There is
you see his...
a lot of blood piles in between. You have taken some damage as well. Your forces behind you are doing their best, but with the war of attrition, they have the advantage. So what do they see when they look at Arbiter? Defending himself.
You see him just covered in blood, top to bottom, all over the place. There's a sea of crimson around the battlefield as he's been cutting through them. His eyes are glowing red glowing yellow under his helmet. You see his wings unfurled as he moves about the field. His purplish longsword in hand.
Okay. What does Arbiter see when he sees the three of you charging in?
Captain starts.
We've been fighting a little bit, right?
You haven't actually engaged yet.
Okay.
Sure, you might have ever thrown off a few range attacks to the back force, but you haven't actually engaged your target yet. So what does Arbiter see when he looks at the three of you? We'll start individually. We start with Kiki.
Okay, fine. He sees legs. This tall wizard. Her hood is up, and she is constantly grabbing stones that glow a menagerie of colors as she is tossing them at enemies and foes, and sometimes gripping one as her arm becomes metal itself as she launches it into the face of a nearby. What are these, paladins?
They're knights.
They're knights.
Infantrymen clad in full plate.
Yeah. And she's having a blast right now. She's also slightly swaying in her actions as a citizen of Cascarim. Rim cannot live without alcohol in their blood system.
Klein, what do you do
Yes.
in this offense? Offensive.
Like what he sees.
You see a soul warrior standing behind a sea of dead. As, 2 out of 16 managed to get within melee as they cut him, but he's still destroying them by himself.
Well, Ryan, now having ditched his shirt, standing there bare-chested, with his axe at ready, shouting commands to people, the soldiers.
So, Klein is charging in.
Yeah, I'll be charging in and lead the men in. Like, a Svinfylking? Probably not. But like a wedge formation. When you put strongest guy first, and the rest is probably through. I'm going to go first.
Okay, yeah. You're probably the strongest amongst everyone else. What is Aldis doing? as you enter the scene?
Aldis is flanking her captain and following along with him. She is shield up, fangs snarling, eyes flashing cold. An emerald aura beginning to emanate around her as she moves with them.
Okay. We will move into initiative. You guys have the initiative because the people who got here are kind of trying to defend against people in the murdering charge. Soon, Razaroff shows up in the back line.
Oh,
Arbiter, you see this ancient white dragon, which you recognize. I think, were you there in Volt's thing? I think you were.
He was. At
He
least
was
I remember.
not.
Really? Because
Okay,
I at least
so-
remember him being present
He-
when
Don't
Ika challenged
worry.
the White Dragon.
For a reason, he knows the white dragon that we won't discuss in front of the other players. But it did happen. He did meet the dragon.
Okay.
So you would see this ancient white dragon land at the back and release an icy breath and dooming a lot of your knights. Like 30 or 60 of them are just turned into ice sculptures. As behind you, they seem to be slaughtering your knights. In front of you, of course, you see Aldis and Hein charging towards you. They kind of get within melee distance as they clash. You all see the swords sunk on the ground. You see Arbiter just kind of fending off. And you're rallying troops, encroaching and closing ever distant. Closing by every minute on the small retinue of less than half your capability of the men you came into the combat with. Is there an exchange between the three of the players and Arbiter, or Arbiter to the three of the players as you enter the scene and you're ready to do battle?
I don't think I'm close enough.
Everyone is.
Oh, okay.
Aldis, Klein, and Kiki are in the scene now.
Oh, that's right.
Fine, is this wise? Look at those wings. Angel of some sort.
Are you the slayer of our king? I speak to
I have
Arbiter.
beaten your king in Holmgang, and yet you all still resist. I have claimed what is his, and yet you dishonorable Sturmkrag have come to attack me. You dishonor your entire tradition. Your old king, not the one I killed today, would be absolutely disgusted with the Stürmkrag I've seen here. You have no honor, none of you, who strike me down or try to strike at me now. And then he points at the dragon. You, a follower of Volt, should more than anything understand this as well, being his minion, contracted with him. And yet you attack me and my men as well.
You know of Holmgang and Volt? How?
I know of many things. Lay down your arms and I'll tell you what you wish to know. Or continue to resist and I will meter out the punishment on you that is honored by your
For
own tradition.
Valhalla! And Ulfanar screams as he leaps into Arbiter, as he just grabs him, throws him up a little bit, and slashes him in two. Entrails
Neither
and guts sprawled across the battlefield.
Also gonna roar, glancing at Frine. Do we have the harpy effects or no right now?
The what?
The effects from the headless harpy are within range or no?
Hellas Harpy is not within range.
Okay.
Yeah, no thaumaturgy.
No thaumaturgy. Dang it.
Nope.
Well, if you can't rally from words, better yet use it with actions.
If they speaks the truth about Holmgang, also gonna trail off looking at Vater's trampled corpse.
He still stands on his knees, kind of leaned back.
Oh, is he still alive?
No, he's most likely dead, but he's standing by his spinal cord that keeps him upright on his knees.
Okay.
Ryan, if what he says is true about Holmgang, it will not be right for us to charge him.
By right, he should be king of Sturmkrag then.
Aldis is gonna growl, not too pleased that.
You're gonna let someone who is not part of the Sturmkrag society to rule you?
I would not.
We'll speak again to this pretender. You seem to know a lot about Stürmkrag as an outsider. You wish to rule our land? Where should we let you?
I wish for you people to leave my country, to go back. You're not my people, you're Volt's people. I don't know why you're here. Your king only said to conquer. But yet, he didn't even tell me how you even got here. This is no time for talking. You either lay down your arms, or I will slay you where you stand.
Imagine not asking the people who got them here in the first place.
Is that your only response?
That's Kiki's response. What about Aldis and Klein?
Lord sent us here. If you know of him.
Volt sent you
why don't you ask
here.
him here himself.
Volt sent you here. I will have words with him afterwards. Do you yield?
The trebuchet round flies overhead, screeching as it does, and
Aldis is
more
gonna
people die within the
growl.
second.
She is conflicted. Is very conflicted.
We do not yield, because we are the people of Sturmkrag. To conquer and raid is our destiny, our fate. To feast
What's
in
around?
the Valhalla is the glory we await in death. We do not yield.
That's right.
Oh, then I guess your fate awaits though. I guess your fate's going to match those on the ground. You're going to see him. He's going to point to the bodies around him. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Also grabs Ryan's shoulder and says, He did win Holmgang. And leave this place. It would be no duty. It is as our culture dictates. He did win. He may not be anyone worthy to be a king, but he did win Holmgang.
Crying
Crying
for
is the
Valhalla. Aldis, wait, no.
Hell yeah!
Oh god.
There's options here.
What do we do?
Arbiter's just going to
So,
attack.
I need one turn. You're gonna let them go first, Arbiter? Or do I need to roll initiative?
Roll initiative for this one.
Okay. I need the highest person in the Beyonder group to roll a dex check.
Crying.
Okay, dex check. Just normal dex check.
Mm-hmm. For initiative.
Oh, initiative, because I have advantage
No.
on initiative rolls.
Okay, roll
Yes.
twice.
I got a 6. So
You got a 6.
Good luck
I think
beating my 6.
you
I'll
stand
choose the previous one.
good odds to go first.
22.
Yeah. It's your initiative.
Yeah.
You see the elite of the Ofednar charge forward and engage. A lot of them dying, but a few of them managing to pierce Arbiter's defense and dying in the process. What does the Beyonders do?
Make sure you're
Oh,
left
we
stay in
charge.
the circle.
Are we fighting this guy?
At this
He
point,
won't
you don't have a
get when I
choice.
say we let him be.
At this point, you don't have a choice. Your men just charged him. He is going to attack you regardless.
Fair enough.
Okay, then
He's a
I
ghost.
am going to rage.
So, who goes first in the Beyonders?
Who goes first? Should you do roll initiative too, or?
He did. No, wait, it was the one with the one rolls for all.
Okay.
Yep.
You want to go first? Should I go first?
If you have your plan, I have mine.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if I can pull it off yet.
Okay, so I use my bonus action to rage. Oh, do I need to roll the thing?
Yes, you do. Roll a d20, please. Plus your modifier.
D20. D20 plus modifier, or what?
He's technically flanked, so you can roll twice.
Okay, so advantage on attack. Then I'm going to use my Vicious Great Axe and Great Weapon Master to attack him with advantage. 16.
16 will miss as you bring your great axe to bear. He kind of like graciously steps away and evades your attack effortlessly. Your first attack, that is.
Well, then I will attack him again. Same thing. 17.
What's your AC, Pez?
19. AC 19.
19.
Yeah.
17
Yeah,
to hit.
Saka would.
Yeah.
That will also miss. As you swing once, it misses. You kind of change it. You kind of change your grip on your great axe, and you bring it down. As he continues to graciously evade your attack, not landing any hits.
Well, that's EOT then.
Alright.
Okay, who is next?
Alright. I guess. Or you want to go first, Kiki?
Because mine is a little bit little bit differ from the original intention of what I am trying to do.
Okay, you can tell me what you're trying to do.
As I want to get behind Arbiter and use Iron Fist, but I wish to do that to pull off his wings.
Okay. With Iron Fist, I'm gonna give Arbiter a hardness save +2. Or this will be evasion save, actually, plus no modifiers to see if you can evade her attempt. It'll be evasion versus your spell casting. Kiki, so roll.
Okay. The spell save is, I think he can pass this actually. Just on its own Iron Fist. And, you know, we're going to upcast this with my last second level spell slot.
Ah, yes, the curse that is.
Wow, that was fucking terrible.
My gauntlet glows, so I can roll again.
Well, don't worry. Wow, are you serious? You didn't even need to because that beat it by just a 1.
Oh, okay.
God damn it. Really?
What did you roll, Arbiter?
7.
Rolled, beat it by a fucking 1.
So you attempt to grab onto his wings, but they inherently deflect your attempts, and he's still standing.
The hell is these low ass rolls? What the fuck?
Yeah, I was in the same boat, okay?
What?
Look, I rolled a 7.
I know.
Aldis, what do you want to do?
Yes. All right. Oh, actually, here. Okay, we're going to strike at him. It's going to be in. Oh, sorry. That was
do a weapon attack plus advantage.
Yes. 18.
18.
18.
18 will hit because I need to, you know, because we're using different AC system. 18 will hit your 19.
Okay.
Actually, Thaco, it's just reversed. So an AC of 1 is just an AC of 1.
I know. It's fine. It's fine. He does land a hit.
Okay.
Wait.
He immediately counter strikes, dealing maximum damage to him.
Oh, fuck.
Aldis does have resistance to spell damage. I'll declare that right now.
It's purely
I don't think
physical.
it applies, but
And oh wait, no, if it's a reaction. Wait, hold on, because I got a thing that lets it. I think that's only for.
Oh, it just auto hits.
Because my
Just
Futhar
a
circle, when you see a creature, you see attacks a target other than you that is inside the circle, you can expend one of your Futhar circle die as a reaction and subtract its result from the enemy's attack roll. But if it's an auto hit, then I don't think that works.
Yeah, there's no attack roll involved. As soon as he hit me and did damage, it just hits.
Roll damage, Aldis, first of all.
okay. I'm going to need a.
Ooh, scared me. Sorry, I'm still on the phone.
Wait, Circle of Heimdallr. Hell yes, you can add. You can take off some. Yes, because it has an R in it, and I'm American. Here,
Look, it's fitting. $1.
Heimdallr. There we go.
I need 20 $1.
There you go.
It's
All right.
$1.
Okay.
That is going to be. That's not right. That is right. Okay, that's going to be 6 piercing damage, and I need a strength save from what is it? Ensnaring strike.
Searing strike.
Ensnaring strike.
Ensnaring. Was that a
spell?
the fuck is snaring?
It's a paladin thing.
It's a paladin smite. Basically deals bonus. It doesn't do advantage. Ryan thrust, throwing mines appear at point of impact. Pursuit strength save or be restrained by magical vines until the spell ends.
Okay, so you deal inherently with the Frufrak circle. Well, that's for defense. So, Arbiter, you take 2 damage from that. Make me an evasion save. I think that fails.
It does specify strength. Oh.
Yeah, it's just I'm using 2 systems.
Okay. All right, I know. I know. I'm just making sure that you're aware of what it calls for in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Evasion. So, what does an ensnaring strike do inherently?
Restrained by magical vines until the spell ends. A larger creature has advantage on the saving throw. If target succeeds in the save, the vines shrivel away. Target takes 1d6 piercing damage at the start of each of its turns. A creature restrained by vines or one that can touch creature can use action to make a strength check against spell save DC. On a success, the target is freed.
Okay. How much total health do you have?
Me?
Yes.
I have 60 maximum, currently 52.
60 maximum? Okay.
Yes, I'm currently at 52.
You take you take 20 damage, still reduce from this one attack. You do successfully ensnare Arbiter.
Well, boys, here goes
with your attack. But he retaliates, dealing 20 damage flat to your attack.
Oh boy.
Okay.
So Arbiter, you can't move, and you don't benefit from any evasion right now or any dex because you're restrained.
And you can't make attacks?
Huh?
Kiki's still behind him, right?
Yeah, so to speak.
He smites her.
You motherfucker!
On your turn, you can do that. I believe it is your
I thought
turn.
you said it was my turn. But yeah, that's what he's going to do for his action. He's going to smite her.
You bitch!
Okay, what's your maximum hit points, Kiki?
My maximum right now is I didn't get a long rest, so it's 44 minus 1, and I'm currently at 20.
No, you would be full HP when you got here.
Oh, then I have a 43 because I didn't. God,
Okay then.
43, he smites you for what's the wording on smite, Pez?
It's
So
just
you rolled a
1d8 per
5,
level.
so that's a 1. 6 is still a 1, and 2 is a 1. So 30 damage sustained.
Oh,
As you guys can flavor this however you want. As she does this.
For a moment, you see Arbiter. He swings upwards behind him. As you see, he has this energy that comes off of his blade, a red streak as it slashes across your body, Kiki.
It's the spell, and she's within 10 feet. She has resistance to spells.
It's not a spell.
Okay.
It's physical damage?
Technically, it's physical, if you want to call it that, but entirely it's a divine smite, so to speak.
I don't. Well, yeah. Divine smite is not really physical
So
damage
you may-
unless it's
So you
stated.
may, right? It's just because of the way that the system works. It's whatever your smite is, it's whatever damage you use for it. In this case, you could just call it radiant
Okay.
because it fits.
Radiant would be suppressed for half damage. So that's
Suppressed?
still magical. Well, not suppressed. Because it's magical. It won't deal. So 15 damage sustained.
15. Oh, ha ha ha!
Interesting.
Oh,
Kilroy,
Aldis, I could kiss you right now.
Kilroy, I'm just going to read this off to you. Okay. You know what? No.
Sure.
Yeah.
You guys don't stand a fucking chance. But yes, let
I
me see
survived
what
one.
you are.
I survived one hit. That's good enough for me.
When I'm only doing 13 damage in one round, I don't know.
Oh,
So
no.
15. You guys might survive a lot longer than you think. He's gonna fray dice her.
You bitch!
You can do that. Yeah. Roll a d8.
It's max. It's max
Some
damage.
attack
'cause she's free.
Max.
disadvantage.
What
Sharon,
word are
Yeah,
you using?
yeah. It's auto
What
hit.
word are you using to fray die?
Shattering Hand makes my Frey
So
Dice an action.
sword,
Correct.
it's halved. So Kiki,
Halved?
take who are you afraid in?
Kiki.
You bitch.
Yeah, it's halved
smoke
to 20.
Okay.
So wait, I took 20 damage?
You took 20 damage from the fray die, and then 15, so 35 total. Sustain
Alright.
this round.
I am fucking... Oh my god. What did I fucking do to deserve this, you motherfucker? The wings are mine next time,
Oh.
bitch.
What did I do to deserve this, she says.
Those
Okay,
wings are
so-
fucking mine.
Top of the next round, I rolled a 6 with Razaroff. He
That's good.
unleashes another cold breath, which they rolled a 2, which they fail. Your forces are dwindled to a mere 60 men from the bulk of the fighting.
81 to 61.
Yeah, they rolled a 2, I know, plus whatever dex they have, which is not a lot by fighter and fighter/paladin. So they fail anyways, but they do take a considerable amount of losses. There's 60 knights left in the battlefield, but you're holding strong, Arbiter. Regardless, you're fighting off all 3 of the Beyonders by your lonesome. It's now Arbiter's turn.
Was it at the top of the round?
Yeah, it would be actually top of the round. So yeah, it's the Beyonder's turn.
Fucking Kiki's going at it again for those wings.
No, sorry, it's Pez's turn. Sorry, it's still Pez the roll low, so he's up at the bottom of the round. So it's
Okay.
Pez's turn.
Well, I did do the smite, and that would have been an on-turn thing.
And then he
Okay, that's your
Then he
on
free
turn
died me.
smite
Yep.
action. That's your fray die. Anything else?
He's going to step out of their melee range as he flies upwards.
You bitch.
Are you disengaging?
Wait,
I don't
isn't
think
he?
you can
That's
move
restrained.
actually because
Yeah.
of
He's not-
you're
Oh, right, restraint.
you are restrained.
Oh boy.
You stay there.
You stay there, bitch. Those wings are mine.
Cannot benefit from any bonus to speed.
Oh. Okay, yeah, I guess he just stays there then for the rest of his turn.
Those big
And-
wings are mine.
Alright, then in that
What's
case,
your
he is
action
taking-
though?
My action was the smite.
Okay. Sure.
Yeah, in that case, an additional 1d6 damage for 4 damage, piercing, from ensnaring strike.
You
That's our
suffered
turn.
no damage, Arbiter, from this.
It's gonna, the wings are mine. Fuck you, Pez.
Yeah, that's basically the end of his turn.
Okay, it's the Beyonder's turn.
I'm going
He
for those
makes
wings again.
he makes a save at the end of his turn for the ensnaring strike, correct?
Let me
Yeah.
double check it.
I'm pretty sure
Um,
that's the case.
No. No, you use your action to against the save.
Interesting. So it's not like end of like turn. I make a general save. I forgot
Nope,
how
it
good
is.
ensnaring strike was.
Yeah. While a Rainbow
the-
spell target takes 1d6 piercing damage at the start of each turn, so a creature restrained
Yeah.
by the vines. or they could touch it.
That's
Yeah.
5e rules. I will let him one save in his turn to attempt to do something. Which you can repeat that save.
Don't have
Arbiter
to.
evasion save.
It's 15.
Thing meets a
Does
pizza.
that beat your evasion save DC?
It's
Let me look.
yes. My DC for 5e is 14.
Well, no. Godbound works a little different, so his evasion
I don't-
DC is 11. No, it is.
Beats it.
Saving throws.
It does have
Oh,
disadvantage on
it's
dexterity
11.
saving
You
throws if that
roll-
applies by
Yeah,
restraint.
no,
I don't
he
know.
does beat it. He does
Okay.
beat it. So you break free from the restraints on your turn. All you have is a movement action. What do you want to do, Arbiter?
You.
He moves upwards out of your guys' reach.
I grapple his
attack
ass. I
So
grapple his
this
ass.
is a reaction. So this is a reaction by all 3 players. We will go to time first. What do you want to do?
He tries to fly away. So I
Oh.
will.
Just 10 feet above you guys.
Okay. But I will try to grapple, I think. That's an
Okay.
attack.
Do a strength check versus evasion save by Arbiter.
And since I'm raging, I have advantage.
On
Grappling.
yeah, it's a strength. Yes, you do have it then.
Yeah, it's athletics, I think.
Yeah, you use athletics.
It's a 5.
14.
He tries to fly up. You grab onto his leg and you hold it onto it as he's trying to beat his wings. You kind of go above ground, but the men beside you kind of anchor you towards the ground again, bringing Arbiter down. That was your action. Oh no, sorry, that was your reaction.
Yep.
So that does not trigger any more AOs from everyone else because he never left your range. Top of the round, Razorov did the breath thing. It's now the player's turn.
Thanks, Ryan. The wings are mine, yeah, you little bitch. I'm doing the Iron Fist thing again. This is just a normal one. I gotta mark it. Make sure I mark it. That should be 0. This should be.
Are you trying to hit him?
I'm going for those wings.
Where's the Iron Fist?
Okay.
Do?
It's a melee attack to damage
I'm
something.
just hanging out, talking to my phone, my friends.
That's okay. So
That's
it is a plus spell attack.
Lol.
Wait, what?
11.
11 will pass.
I didn't even roll. Oh, okay. I don't remember.
Well, let's see what you roll, and I might add a plus depending on what you roll.
Okay, because I'm looking at the thing and it's counting stuff wrong. Oh, why is it saying using my intellect? It should be using my wisdom.
It's strength. What are you trying to do?
Okay, is it using my strength to do this? Okay, that's fine then. It should be plus 3. That is 16.
16. Make me a hardiness save plus 4, Arbiter.
Oh, I love this dice. Fuck you, roll 20.
16. Or, sorry, 13.
So that was an evasion save, yes? So she does grab onto your wings. I need a hardiness save followed by this to see if she's able to damage your wings.
I think
No,
13 was the hardiness save.
Okay, so if my DC is 16, the gauntlet glows to give me another chance to go again. That roll.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah.
Can I use my? No, I think that's only against people who are not in the who are in the thing.
Really, just get 13 twice in a row? Wow, amazing.
She does hold on to your wings. You lose your flying speed at the moment as you try to fly out, but they kind of anchor you to the ground. You can't fly, but you haven't taken any damage yet. She doesn't tear your wings off, but she does stop its movement.
He's gonna kill me.
Yeah. Who's next? Aldis?
Kill me.
Volkine? Who's next?
Do you want to go first, Aldis, or shall I?
I'll go first. I'm gonna to stab.
He's going to allow all
Do I
your
still,
attacks.
do I still have
Yeah.
advantage?
He's going to allow all of your attacks to hit from both of you guys.
Okay, so just roll damage at this point.
Okay, then. In that case, that's going to be 12 piercing damage, and I'm going to shield shove prone.
Nice.
Okay, so 12 damage. We'll convert that to 1. Arbiter, do you have any instant actions?
Yeah, he immediately counter strikes back for max damage of 4.
Okay, you take 40 damage. Aldis, from his counter
40?
strike. 40. As you.
And
take
all
off-
this is-
Take off 2 from that.
Oh no, this is physical.
Oh no, I think it's for any damage. Yeah, any damage by an amount equal to half your wisdom modifier. This reduction is applied before resistances and vulnerabilities, and so
What's
yeah,
your-
at least my wisdom is 4, so he loses 2 damage.
It's 20 damage, all the same.
Oh, okay.
Funny.
That's not all the
Wow.
same.
The total is 40 in 5e. The other system, you would have to shrink the numbers for usage.
Yeah,
if you're gonna be
so that's
reducing
only
damage.
2 damage for you, Arbiter, on your sheet.
That's extremely powerful against.
Yeah, they.
38?
No, not with, because I'm combining 2 systems right now to
Okay. Okay.
and I'm making a ruling on the spot, just so you know. So okay, 2 damage from Arbiter. He hits.
Just keep in mind, she reduced 2 hit dice, not 2 damage, not 2 hit points, but 2 hit dice is what you let her reduce by. Hit dice being d10s.
Yeah,
Oh.
I know.
Okay, 20 or
Oh.
38? 20?
You take 20 damage.
Okay. Alright. Aldis is going to...
Oh, and
Aldis is-
you did the bonus action shove.
Yes. She's going
Okay.
to...
I
So she's gonna
need-
get saved by this counterattack. She's gonna roar out. There's no home save what we make here. Nowhere to run. Fight or die for Valhalla. She roars as she raises up her shield and smashes into his face, trying to drive him to the ground.
Hardness or
that's-
evasion save, Pez.
That's going to be a 9 for athletics.
And this is
Ironically,
why-
they're both the same, so it doesn't matter. It's a 15 total.
So that passes.
Yeah.
He's not knocked prone. You bash your
Yeah.
shield onto Arbiter, but he's not knocked prone.
And then draw back the spear in one final thrust, trying to sink it right into his neck for a 16 to hit.
Misses.
It's automatically. No, as I
Okay.
said, I let them all the attacks hit.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Send me the description of that word. Is it once per scene, or is it for every attack?
Every single attack. Every single
Okay,
attack.
let me read real quick before I make a ruling.
Man, I'm hungry again.
Hi, hungry. I'm pets.
Hi, Pez. Hey, Uncle Cherry. Is it too late for me to order food delivery? Probably.
Chair Bear is acceptable, but Uncle Cherry is not. That sounds like I own a strip club.
It says you don't.
I do. I don't own a strip club. Stop
Could
it.
be lying
Get some
to me.
help.
Be
Right.
lying.
If you're gonna call me Uncle Cherry, you get to work there.
Okay, how much do I get paid?
Well, you got to do the internship first, so you got to work for free for a bit.
Right. So how much damage am I looking at?
I dealt 10 damage, so I think that's one, but I don't know. I 10 damage 5e wise.
1 damage.
Mhm.
Okay. All we left is with Klein. What does Klein do?
Seeing all this shove fail, I will try to shove him to the ground while I grapple him.
Okay.
So it's 19 to shove him for me.
Make a hardness save +4, Arbiter.
16.
I think that does pass. He's not shoved prone with your first attack.
Well, then since I'm grappling him, I will attack him with my battle axe. With my
All
one
attacks hit.
hand.
Just go ahead and roll
roll
the damage.
damage.
Okay.
Oh, you could probably have them roll a d20 in case, they do criticals, if that's what you want to use.
That's fine. We'll see what he does.
23 damage.
23.
I mean,
5e wise.
Yeah, that's 2 damage for Arbiter.
okay. So 3 total this round.
Yes. Does Arbiter do anything?
Yeah, he counter strikes against the battle axe attack, automatically hitting. For,
40
4 max
physical damage halved
Good card.
to 20 damage.
And then he's got
Wait,
the food
I
card
have-
guy.
So-
What type of damage is that?
That's physical that he dealt onto you.
Because I have resistance to bludgeoning,
Okay,
piercing,
so,
and slashing.
10 damage. in that
10
case.
damage. Nice.
Plus, also if he's in the food dark circle, then it take off 2 from damage from the wisdom mod.
Yeah, he already did.
Oh, okay.
Well,
Never mind
hold on. You're resistant to slashing, and then you're resistant again?
Resist to
yes.
slashing, bludgeoning,
Because of the
and...
Furfrat Circle.
Oh, okay.
Furfrat Circle gives resistance, and then he's raging, so that's a quarter damage take. So only 10.
Just keep in mind, if you have resistance to slashing from one feature and then resistance to slashing from another feature, they don't stack.
Oh, no,
Yeah.
it says so. It says
Yeah, it's fine. 10 damage taken.
Right.
It says the
No, the
reduction
robot-
is applied before resistances and vulnerabilities.
No, that's fine. I was just saying, because he mentioned from rage and whatever his slashing thing was besides. Anyways, continue. You did your
Okay.
first attack. Where is your second?
Those were the first attack was trying to grapple you, which failed. Second attack was this. I believe that's EOT from the Beyonders.
Yes.
It's Arbiter's turn.
He turns around and he swings at Kiki for maximum
And my mustache.
damage. What is your AC, Kiki?
My AC is a number. Let me check. 12, I think. Yeah,
Oh no.
I think you're gonna hit. Just saying. Unless you nat 1.
Right. Let's see. And
I don't think that's
have
gonna happen.
5. It's the full thing. AC's a little weird, but 1d20 plus 5. So in 5e,
That hits.
oh no, I gotta add. So your AC is technically 8 if it's a 12, so yeah, so it's a total of 17.
Yeah, that
Against
hits. Roll
the-
damage.
Okay.
I don't
it's
even
just
think
gonna
he
be-
needs to roll damage because I'm at 8 HP.
I'm not rolling damage because Shattering Hand maximizes damage plus it just maxes damage, so it's 40 total as he
So,
swings
yeah.
at it from behind.
Arbiter, you can tell the people how you down Kiki.
He decapitates her very quickly in the blink of an eye as he then turns back around to you guys.
Oh. Made it sound so passive.
He does not tarry on torture or, long drawn out kills. He puts them down, puts her down as quickly as possible.
Okay.
I love it.
Afraid I?
And then he's going to Frey Die, the guy who just tried to grapple him.
That's fine. So roll the Frey die.
It's going to be max damage because of Shattering Hand. as feathers come out of his wing and then pierce towards you.
Does your
he-
frag circle drop if you're unconscious, Kiki?
It doesn't say that, but I have to use a bonus action to keep it going, so I'm assuming it does, because I'm not able to keep it going anymore.
Okay, that fades.
Does
So
your-
that's 20 damage, Klein, because it's still raging.
20 damage. Oh.
And that is, and he's not currently grappled, so he's going to once again fly up and out of you guys' reach.
Wait,
AOO from Aldis and Klein if he's flying off of range.
Just up to 10 feet, gently out of the reach.
Yeah, that's still AOO.
Yep, and I want them to. Go ahead, make your attacks.
What's the attack against me? Melee attack or
Physical,
else?
yeah, it's melee attack.
Okay, but because then I
Yeah.
can use my Unleash the Gale feature to cause 1d6 thunder damage to the attacker.
Great, take another attack then
Yeah,
from that
roll
damage
it.
instant.
It's not a roll. It's just like it says that when you get attacked, you can cause 1d6 thunder damage to the attacker and gain a storm charge.
Yeah, you
PM
still need
Judge,
to roll a 1d6.
So I rolled a 1. So
No damage is dealt.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Aldis, AOO.
AOO is going to be 21. Since I rolled a 19 earlier, I'm going to assume that hits.
Yeah.
and then you take
Okay.
4 damage in the other system. Auto hit.
All
Okay.
right.
Go ahead and roll your damage, man.
10 damage. And I'm going to smite with that last
Oh
huzzah.
boy, what level?
The only level I have left, level 1.
No, you have all your spell slots.
Excuse me? That would have been so nice to know.
He said you guys got a long rest.
No,
Yeah,
we
I
didn't.
said
That we didn't get a long rest.
Like, when Kika's like, oh no, I'm now at full health, he's like, yeah, you guys get a long rest.
Oh fuck! I could have been fireballing your
I'm
ass.
pretty sure I said that. I
Son
might
of
have
a-
been
Did not
mistaken.
say a long rest, my dude.
Oh god,
Well, we can always
Um,
check the recording
I don't
later.
think
that's
I
fine.
don't think it would change things, but
It's
yeah.
fine.
What level do you want to smite?
Well, then in that case, I am dumping everything that I can. That's going
So
to be
third level smite.
second,
Ah.
and plus. Wait, is it just one or multiple?
Well,
I
it
would
depends.
have
What
used
level
Spirit
smite?
So yeah,
Guardians.
second.
You get it starts with 2d8
Yep.
with the first
and then
level
plus
slot, and then an additional 1d8 per level above that.
Yep. Last huzzah for Aldis. 15 radiant damage.
I could have pulled off.
I need to see what you rolled on those D8s.
Um,
Let me see.
Let me see. Let me pull it up.
What did you roll on the D8s?
Shit. Can I recover it?
If anything, you can roll it again.
Game log. Okay. I got an 8, a 2, and a 5.
And 8, so that's 3 damage, Arwither. Plus, did you roll your spear attack?
Yes, I did already.
Okay, so that's 3
These-
damage.
Yes, the spear attack was a 10 and the 8, 2, and 5.
Okay,
He counterattacks immediately, dealing maximum 4 damage.
40
Resistance.
damage.
Yep.
Are you still standing?
Aldis is no longer standing.
She goes unconscious.
I just fucking get killed.
You're also unconscious because I want to give you guys a chance. Klein.
I got the.
Yes.
I'm fine with being dead.
I don't think there's
Yeah.
a chance.
We'll see. Klein, your comrades have been slayed. They're making a
It's,
lot of progress up north through the bulk of the
Hold on.
night. What?
Is it still my turn?
No, it's their turn.
Well, then
You
I'd
flew
like.
away,
Well, I
remember?
wanted to do. Well, I flew upwards, and I didn't say it was the end of my turn. One additional thing I was going to do was Vital Furnace, and undo all the
Oh.
damage you guys did to me. Since
Oh,
the
you
start of the round.
bitch.
What's the cost for that? Is that an action?
Nope. It's just on turn. Commit 1 effort for the day,
Okay, yeah, sure. No problem.
and he undoes all the damage.
Sure. So, like I said, on the north, Rosger recharges his cold breath again, miraculously, and uses it, which off the table, which they will fail, and they suffer more losses. Hrein, it's your turn.
He is out of my reach now.
Did you roll an AOO last round? 'Cause don't
No,
think you
I
did.
don't think I did.
So you can roll. You can roll now.
Okay. 20 to hit,
Yeah, that hits.
and
20 hits. Yep. 20 plus whatever it was. Yep. Roll damage.
20, 33 damage.
33 damage. What was the dice rolls on that?
Jesus.
It's Great Weapon Master, so it's I rolled max damage plus
Mm-hmm.
4, my strength, which is 4 plus 10 because Great Weapon Master, then plus 2 rage damage and 1d6 from my Thunder Blow, which is 5. So 26 plus
So-
7.
You take 4 damage from Hrein's attack as you go out of range.
And then he would do the Vital Furnace after everybody's done all that.
Yeah.
Ryan would take 40 damage in return, half.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Hrein, it's your turn.
Okay, seeing our losses and that whatever we do don't affect this guy, apparently. I'm going to call the retreat back to the camp and try to get Aldis and Kiki with me.
You can, stow away your axe or drop it. You can grab their legs and then try and dash away. You don't get any AOOs. You can
Yes,
do that.
Then I will do that. While calling the retreat of the remaining men.
What do you say?
This man is too powerful. They have lost many, but so have we. Let's fall back. And then
Okay.
dash away with Kiki and
Pez, yeah, you dash kind of within safety, so to speak. Not really.
Yeah.
But what does Pez do on his turn?
Since he didn't make any attacks, does his rage drop?
probably.
Not yet, because it's still the turn.
Well, I'm asking because the feature specifically states that you need to take damage per turn or make an attack per turn. Otherwise, your rage drops.
Yeah, it's still part of his turn. I mean, it's
Well, I'm
still
not-
the round. Sorry. Hold on, let me
Right.
read. I
Okay,
think I'm right.
That's
Hold
why
on.
I'm asking. Well, at the end of his turn, I don't have an AOO
Right.
because I'm not standing next to him.
Because of the berserker mushrooms in the homebrew berserker mushrooms.
You gotta roll a D hundy. Let's see.
Okay.
Handy.
Okay, D-Hundy.
And I'm gonna give you a plus 30 to this.
So he can't go mad.
No, a minus
Uh,
30. Sorry.
Oh shit.
Okay, then it's 64.
64
Oh my
minus
God.
30.
It's 94 minus 30, making it a 64.
Okay. So yeah, your rage does drop.
What?
Okay.
Yep.
Arbiter, it's your turn.
Imagine if he
On
gets
his
a
turn,
reaction to-
he's. Are all the men around retreating?
A majority of them, there are still people within the ring that are still engaged. We'll say like 75% of them are retreating.
Okay. He's going to use.
The dragon
his
is still
ability-
going ape shit there.
He's going to use his ability. I think it's castigating unworthy. That allows him a ranged attack out to sight, and he swings at this ability at what was your character's name? The barbarian.
Ryan.
He swings it at Ryan as he
Alright,
then
go for it.
moves 30 feet in his direction.
Fuck. That's smite.
Mm-hmm.
Not a smite. It's an ability out to sight. And what's his AC?
16.
So in other
Yeah.
system, AC of
So roll it. Roll your attack. And I'll tell you if it hits or not. And
That's
that
a
one
one.
will miss.
Are you kidding me? Are you serious right now?
It does not hit him as he's dragging two of his companions away.
I fray dice him
That's
Okay.
freaking- Oh shit.
as I continue to follow behind him in the air.
Fuck.
So,
And I call Chappie to me as well. The Pegasus.
Okay, yeah, sure. 40 damage, right?
I believe in Godbound it's technically 20 because the maximum on that is no wait. Yeah, the die's at 1d6, so yeah, it's maximum 20 to be honest.
Okay. How much health do you have left, Lang?
Health?
What's your HP?
25 out of 75.
You fucking live somehow.
What?
Oh,
Hell yeah. This is why he's the fucking captain. Fuck yeah. Look at our
Alright.
captain go.
Let me go to the toilet and we'll resolve this whole clusterfuck. Give me a second.
yeah, I need to go now.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, it was fun playing with you guys.
Yeah. So,
I
captain.
hope we live another day.
Uh,
I'm one of the demi-goddesses. I don't know, but
this is why he's the fucking captain. Holy shit, look at that. I'm so, oh my god, I love it.
I think your
Oh.
ability saved us.
Actually, I apologize. I'm an idiot because of my character's ability that if you've done damage to me in the last round, his attacks auto hit. And as I moved out of your range and you hit me for damage, that means my attacks auto hit. That is actually unfortunate.
Damn it,
so
let
you
us have
actually-
this
Don't
time.
say.
Let us
We
have
were-
our epic moment.
I'm sorry, I forgot.
God damn it,
But,
Pez.
Trust in him. Your epic moment is coming, but trust in Kilroy. He's already told me about the narrative, and I'm really excited about what's going to happen. Not the killing your characters part or anything.
I'm actually happy that I have experienced my first legitimate character death.
Where did you die?
With me,
Did I? I got decapitated.
well, I guess
Well,
not.
what's-
It depends on what Kilroy says. He said
We'll see
no,
what happens.
that you're unconscious. So he would have slashed at your neck thing, because I'll say it like that. I described it as decapitation, but it could just be a slash at the neck that makes you fall unconscious.
I was gonna tear off your fucking wings, Pez.
I know that. That's why I smooched you.
But hey, that left room for the other people to just wail at you.
So for the guy who has no idea what's up with Godbound, what's the deal with the wings?
It's part of an ability of the Word of Celestial, which gives me a flying speed.
Okay.
Those wings were
All right.
fucking mine.
Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. This was not a fair fight. And in fact, he as part of the conversion, he may have dilly-dallied about it a little bit. Just so you're
Alright.
aware, generally, every point of damage in Godbound is one hit dice, which is a 1d10. So every hit dice I do in damage, it's a lot. I think a level
Gotcha.
10 Godbound can do up to, I want to say like an average of 100 damage with a smite at max level. It's crazy. Or
Wow.
more than 100, actually.
Yeah. Okay. So
Okay, give us a give us a
So-
pause real quick.
Klein miraculously.
Hold on. No, hold on.
Roy.
I'm sorry I have to spoil this, but there's one thing I have to tell you. My ability as the word of vengeance when I've taken damage since the last round makes all my attacks out of hit, which also includes the throwing the blade across the battlefield and hitting him. So that natural one didn't matter anyways. It's still an auto hit.
The natural one always misses, though. Does
No,
it
but
say?
It's the word of vengeance. If I take damage since the start of, or since not last turn, right? So if I take damage, though, my attack's out a hit against the target who hurt me.
And Ryan did like 30 something damage to him before, so his attack would have hit
Right.
against Ryan.
Right.
Right, he would have still been raging by then, which I don't think it would be enough to down him.
Max of 40 damage halved plus the fray dice.
I can't remember, but we'll just say that he was because I don't want to retcon. We'll just say that he skimpily got away with an inch of his life from the battlefield.
He's gonna follow them.
Sure. So I need Aldis and Hanbun, roll me a d20, please.
Oh, where did I? Oh, yeah, that's right. I dropped my D20 by accident. No, I never picked it up. I don't
That's a crit.
Hold on.
That's good.
Hold on. Yeah. Oh, here you are. Come here. Come here, you little dickens. That's you.
You have to excuse me trying to nerf you, Pez, because this is not even a even fight. So I'm giving them all.
I got a 14 on the D20.
Okay, roll another d20.
Oh, these are for the death saves.
Yeah, this is death saves.
That
Aldis
was a
does not need to
3.
roll.
God damn it, Aldis. You
Roll
paladin.
another one.
That was a 3. That was a failure.
Okay, one success, one failure.
2.
2 failures, 1 success. Roll again.
I die. I got a 4.
All right. Great. So your outline is dragging you guys away within the encampment, and Arbiter has continued to wage his onslaught on the other fanatic Sturmkragians, killing them by the hundreds. The dragon is still going apeshit on the rear. Let me actually.
God damn it, dice. I
He
trust
does
you.
not recharge his cold breath,
Oh,
and
no.
he misses his claw attack or his melee attack. So no further losses. Gain, you still have 60 men back there. As you are fighting, the weather turns sour and roars as a bolt of lightning descends on the battlefield, sends out a shockwave within 300 feet. Buckles lesser foes. Make a hardness save, Pez.
Man, even my dice wanted me to die. Damn.
I didn't want you to die, Kiki.
I know.
19.
I wanted to die.
So, passes.
19 passes. So within 300 feet of the crater, everyone is thrown to their back, but not you, Arbiter. You kind of steady yourself and you ground yourself and you're not thrown prone. And there stands Volt as he looks around at all the carnage, looks at the sword still on the ground, and the trampled body of King Vetyr. As he says, It's sad it has come to this, but fate has deemed it as wish. Begins walking towards the sword, holding his hand up, and as he snaps his finger, another thunderous roar erupts as men ascend and buckling down, but Arbiter stands at his feet. And it is at this point that the infantrymen and the dragon stands down. The infantrymen begin to slowly back away as Volt picks up the sword, looks at it, and then cranks his head towards Arbiter.
Does he say anything, or he just looks at him?
For the instance, he looks at you, and if you want to say anything, you can, or you can allow things to go further.
Arbiter says out loud, Volt, you have a lot to explain here. They said they are here because of you. In Frothies.
He takes a deep breath and hovers above the ground slowly, not above you, as he takes a sword and puts it at his back. I guess you are right. They are here because of me, although I did not intend them to go as far as they did.
Intent, Volt, you do realize how your people are like. We stopped them from raiding some of the Kazkarim on our way to the World Tree in your home territory. What do you mean you didn't intend for them to go this far? Do you know how many people in Frothies are dead because of them? What they've done? We are in the breadbasket of Frothies. They have cut off all food to the human kingdoms here. Why are they here?
The people we encountered in the shores of Kazkarim were rogue raiders. They didn't speak for the Sturmkragian folk. Why they are here is because of the prophecy. Finnbull has arrived, and I did not wish to seek my people to freeze to death and war amongst themselves. This does not explain their ordeal, but I cannot dictate things precisely. I can't control them precisely. I know what they might have done, but it was a gamble I was prepared to take.
I empathize with you, but you've traded my people for yours. I'm going to require some recompense for this. I don't want to see your people dead. I will see to it that they can have a place here. But there needs to be an agreement between us on this. There needs to be compensation for this.
I did not.
They are your people, Bolt. You need to take responsibility.
I am of Sturmkrag. I did not command them. That is to their king, who, and he looks over at the body of King Vettia, who they are rid of.
Yeah, I'm the king now, Volt. I'm the king. I've beaten him in home game, and I have taken what owns to him.
You wish to command the Sturmkrag nation.
I wish to come...
I mean, by all rights you can, but by all rights and our tradition, you have beaten him. It was punching below your weight line, to say the least. My culture says that you can commend them if you wish. It does not specify if they will accept you, but they will have to. If that is your wish, I only sought to save them from the prophecy. That is all. And perhaps I did know the sort of problem that will come with it, but I guess I have been keeping a few hopes in my own.
Volt, your people need to change. You want to go against the Aesir, and yet they keep driving themselves to them. Your people have to change. This can't be something that keeps happening. They can't keep going out, raiding around without your control. You need to be in charge of your people, not that king that's now dead. I am willing to abdicate my control over them because I don't want control over them. I want people who freely worship me that do not fear me. I don't think they'd seriously fear me, but I don't want them to bend the knee.
He looks
that
at
way.
the piles of hundreds of bodies on the battlefield. Yes, my Sturmkragans don't really fear death. But
Yes. So
I
I'm going to tell you one thing. I am going to, before I release them from my potential rule, I'm going to ask for their leaders. And they are going to have to pay with their lives to pay for the lives of your people here. That is the only compensation I ask. And then I ask you to start to lead your people here. You will be in charge of where they live here. Because now so many of my people are dead, I don't think there's enough to work the fields. Maybe they can help work the fields. Maybe they can take a plot of land here.
I don't control them. Yes, I am of Sturmkrag.
Vault, that's the
have
problem. You
facilitated their
need to
travel
control
here.
them. No, you need to control them, Vault. If you do not want to take responsibility for your people, I will. That is your choice. Be their god or don't.
Easier said than done, Arbiter. As
Then
it
do
stands, I have sent them here out of desperation because of Fimbulwinter. I sought to save them. Yet, this was helmed by a son of a king who was trying to prove himself. I can't go to the people and declare that they will follow me, because by no right they ought to.
Vault, you don't understand. If you want your people to live here among the Frothesians, the Calabanians, the people to the south, they can't be raiding. Your people will be destroyed in time. That's the problem, Vault. You want to save them, you have to change them. And to change them, you have to lead them.
I believe there is someone best fitted to rule. Not me. But I believe
Yes, Vault,
that
you.
this conflict, as much as I would like that, it was not owned. I can't dictate where they go, but considering that King Vetter has fallen, perhaps they will look onto a new leader and take the people away from this place. Maybe start somewhere new. I do not know, but it is not up for me to decide. The only thing I did was offer them salvation. Their free will has guided us to this particular.
And their free will is going to lead them to their death.
So, well, yes, I do not seek to dictate how they live or die. I can only guide them. Free will is up to them. It's always been like this.
I know. I've seen how they lived. I've seen that they have their own hierarchies. They have their own gods.
You have lost.
I don't know.
Man, we have lost more. I think now that King Vetter is dead, and should he remain dead, perhaps a new direction shall be forged from this conundrum. I can't guide them. I can guide them, but the decision is not up to me. I'm not king.
Okay.
You are,
Then
by right.
as their king, by right as their king, I'm going to execute all of their leaders. I'm going to remind them of what happens to them if they raid in this continent. May it forever be burned into their memories. I will give no more to Odin. I'll give no more to his Aesir. They will go to the west, past Tyrael, to the unclaimed lands. There they can mark their own territory, make their own small place to live. And in time, if they wish to change their ways, we'll accept them into the politics of this country. But until then, they will be surrounded by allies. They will stay in their place. And if they wish good enemies to fight that actually need to be brought to heel, there's those in the north. We have cults that are still an issue. Did you know in the cult of the witch that there was some sort of cataclysmic event in a sacrifice to a greater being? She had sacrificed herself to some sort of, I'm not even sure what to call them. They're just fiends. Many people have died in this other world. I pulled Heligor, who was a servant of Orin, out of this maddening tornado there. And now there's a problem coming from the north. Your people are going to be needed, especially if Ragnarok is coming.
If that is what you deem that where they need to go, then you ought to tell the people.
As long as we come to this agreement and you have no problems with it, then that is it. I respect you, Bolt.
I
You're
only
an all-time
seek
friend of
for
mine.
my people's survival in the grand scheme of things. I did not kill their king, and I am not their king. You are. But, and he looks around the battlefield. This does not make either of us happy.
No,
If
it
you
doesn't.
wish to dictate where they go, you can announce it to my people.
Very well.
And if they will follow through, it's not for either of us to dictate. It is, we don't seek to administer what they do to the full potential. I believe you want to give the people of this world the free will, unless this turns into a dictatorship.
I do not. I want my kingdom to be ruled with love and wisdom, but raiding doesn't fit into that. Hence why I'm removing their leaders, giving them the guidance that I tell them, and a warning not to come raiding again. And they could live in peace. That is it. And if they wish enemies, there's some in the north. And they can raid them all they like, for they would rather see our nations under the control, enslaved, or dead. Make my enemies their enemies, and then I can call them an ally. But not until they do so. Not until they settle themselves and show me that they can show some restraint. But that is what will happen then. Also,
if
your
that is
dragon.
what you deem best, then you are to
Yes,
address
and your
the
dragon.
people.
Your dragon needs to get slapped. Just slap him once for me, Volt, because for some reason he was helping him kill people here instead of whatever it is you wanted him to do. He doesn't seem to be in your control.
I told Razorov to escort our exodus, secure our salvation. I will not hit him for doing what I have asked. If anything, the problem you have with him attacking and trying to win this encounter is with me.
Fair enough. I think there's nothing else to discuss. I guess we'll reconvene later after I'm done here. We shall
Gather
discuss the
your
future.
dead and come back to the Murden charge, and you can give off your speech to dictate
Oh, I could do more than
where
that.
they
And
would
he
go.
miracles. I could do more than that. And then he miracles to everybody within, I believe it's, looking at the ability, he's going to raise the dead on all of them. Anybody who died in the last 5 minutes will come back. Everybody. Knights and Sturmkragians. Except for the king.
Okay. Yeah, everyone is brought back to 1 HP with this miracle.
He says out loud to the Sturmkrag getting up off the ground. Go to your encampment. As your temporary king, I have an announcement to make to all of you. Knights, please collect yourselves and those who are not alive and prepare for our leave. And then Arbiter is going to make his way into the encampment.
All right. Kiki and Aldis, you're brought back in the infirmary. You're brought back to consciousness. As you all look at each other, you see that you're still within the living.
Yeah, Kiki kind of wakes up with the gas, so she like sits up immediately. She's like that. She places a hand on her neck, and she looks around. Oh, fuck me. Is that what it feels like to have your life flash before your eyes? I saw shit I didn't want to see anymore. Fuck, what happened?
Oh, this is slowly gonna push herself up to a hand and to her hands, and looks up at the sky and these two look at bolts and vents, and she's just, oh, what in the hell is happening?
What? Like, where did we win? Where does that fucker with the wings?
Okay. You guys are in the infirmary. Volt walks in. And he looks at you guys and takes a seat in a wooden stool.
Nice of you to show up again.
Well, I offered a gateway. I did not seek to control the outcome. Why should I? That is what it means to be free. Bottom line is that creature you fought is ought to dictate the future of all of the Sturmkragans that have made here. You may love it, dislike it, make your oaths of revenge as you will.
No.
I only offer an escape, which, thanks to me and Paladin, it has been accomplished. He is here to give a speech. You will listen to what he has to say, but the choice will be up to you. Will be up to the Beyonders now that the king has perished. King Vetil did not have any heirs, so to speak. It falls onto the Beyonders to decide for the nation. Listen to what he has to say. Make your decisions. As much as it pains me to disconnect from your needs and wants, I have done my part. I have given you a chance to survive, given the prophecy. I won't control you any further. Decisions you make here will be your own. As much as I wish. What answers?
Give me a second.
That's a little bit funny. I figured we made all our better choices by our own hands.
You have been making choices, but you're under the thumb of King Vetya. Now your king is arbiter. My relationship with him is not. We have an understanding, but I still hold a few grudges with him. But do not let my drives dictate what you would do. Of course, there is the land to the southeast that you may conquer. You may follow what he says to go off to the west, northwest. It'll be up to the Beyonders to decide the next chapter of Sturmkragian folk as it stands. Ragnarok is coming, and you ought to steel yourselves. And I will help you in any way I can, but I will not take control or dictate that direction.
Well, it's clear that you're some kind of god. You've pieced that together.
Not
What about some answers? What do you
entirely.
mean?
I am not a god.
Ragnarok is coming.
I am not a god, Aldis. I am of equal, if not of more powerful than the creature you just faced. We're not gods yet, we're not established. We have ambitions. Ambitions that need to be fulfilled by better or worse, and this is the worst outcome of those ambitions. My reason for bringing you here is to survive. And that will rest upon whoever will guide our people to survive. And my allegiance is to Sturmkragians before anyone else.
Sounds about right.
What do you mean Ragnarok is coming? I did not think that they would come
You
to
will
this
know.
place.
Finnbull Winter has already started, which means it's up to a matter of time, 3 years at best, until invading forces seek to destroy our world.
But
I've given you all a foothold here, but not to dare to dictate what you would do.
Very well.
And here I thought we had escaped it somehow.
You've escaped the first stage in Ragnarok, which is a Finnbull Winter. Father fighting against sons and sons fighting against siblings. That you have escaped because of my doing. I will still support you all, Beyonders, because I saw something that no one else would have seen. You have the potential to make sure our culture lives through this conundrum. I was watching the fight. I could have joined and make sure you succeeded.
And why
Well,
didn't
that's
you?
sad. As he said, they have some sort of agreement. He's not gonna put that into jeopardy over a bunch of Sturmkragians trying to make their own way.
That is up to you to decide on the agreement. I only enabled you to survive. Would I like... Listen, I already do not like Arbiter or none of the rest. But I need them. I need them so that we can see Ragnarok through. But I cannot dictate where you go. That is up to you now. If Arbiter relinquishes rulership over Sturmkragian folk.
And what if
If he doesn't, I have no choice but to step in and face him. Singularly. Whatever end that will be, I will face him if it needs to, but hopefully it won't come to that, because I have picked you all to decide. I picked you all so I don't need to get involved. I can enable you and support you. Is that understood? Do you understand why I have done what I have done?
No, but it does seem clear that you have some intent for me, Kiki, Rein, Yoren, and the Beyonders to lead.
Your king, King Vetir, was not fit for rule. He was a spoiled child. He did not earn his seat. You, the Beyonders, have earned your seat. That has been clear since your adventure to the Eastern Swamplands. I will support you, and if Arbiter suppresses your choices, expect me to step in. Although I hope that doesn't come to pass.
I would say that more relies on if we're willing to push him left wide.
That is your choice. You're not equal to Arbiter. Arbiter is a league above you all. You couldn't valiantly
clear. Just gonna say
valiantly you have stood against him, and I celebrate your bravado to keep true to your fate. Why would I stop from Odin or Freya to get more warriors in honorable combat? As long as you'll live. So I reserve judgment. Resent me as you will. Just know that my interests with the survival of the people are within you. And it shouldn't happen again. Not rightfully. Keep your honor true to whatever causes you have for the people. We are leaderless. We have a foreign leader dictating where you should go and what you should do. It is your choice to decide to follow through or to pick a different path. I will support you, even if it means that I perish before Ragnarok.
Maybe what is to leave us with?
Aldis is just gonna look at the ground of the tent, ground of the infirmary.
So we're supposed
I
to
can
just
feel
listen.
there's more that you're clearly not telling us, Bolt. But
No,
It
please
seems
go on. What do you think I'm telling you? I do not see the future up ahead. I only saw the current situation at hand. What do you wish to know? And I will answer forth truthfully to my knowledge.
if Ragnarok was to come, why would you stop Sturmkragian soldiers from going to the Valkyries to fight as the Enhajar, to fight for Ragnarok?
We could. But only a very small fraction would survive the entire apocalypse. I did not wish that to be so. I wish for our culture to live through on out. That is why I intervened. That is why I sent you here. But the decisions of the people were not in your hand. But now, if Arbiter relinquishes that reign, it may as well be. If he oppresses us, I have no choice but to step in.
My question here is, why did you not think to inform this arbiter of our arrival?
I simply did not know. I do not have the foresight to see the future exactly. All I saw was that Finbull Winter was approaching because of what I have witnessed. And I have offered you all an exodus with Paladin to give you a means of survival.
But you said you've been watching.
Who has?
You.
I have been watching. I am not omnipresent.
But did it not occur to you? But you saw us traversing about this new land, doing what we did. And you did not think to at least give him a warning.
Vicky, it depends on your values. Me personally, when I hold so much power and sway, I do not oppress. I give the opportunity for people to come out with their own exit. I would hope that one day you wield the amount of power that I have, so that these questions can be brought upon to you. Why you didn't do a thing, or why you let this happen. It's not as simple as that.
Right. Not as simple as that. Very well.
Imagine if I came crashing down onto the heavens and killed King Vetyr and ruled Sturmkrag under my reign. It's not what we believe in. It's not what we stand for. Free will. People will decide their end. They can decide where and why they die. That is my ideology. You people are free if Arbiter chooses to. If he does not, you may rebel. You may hold grudges if you wish. My job here has been done. I have saved people from Finbull Winter. You're in a new land. Winter is not reaching you. And yes, I could have descended down and struck Arbiter down where he stood. But would that grant you entry into Valhalla if I did so?
No, that's not what I'm saying. Seem to get off on the wrong foot there. I'm simply wondering why there was no informing him. I'm not telling you to come in and do your big flash.
I do not like court shit. I don't know if it has stricken upon you. I do not like to be stuck behind a desk and dictating things by word. I am driven by action. And I did not inform him of your arrival. Because I believe that you will all decide your fate. That is how I was raised. That is what forged my ideals. And I am glad that you are all in a position to decide.
Doesn't seem much of a choice, honestly, is going to say finally after a long moment.
There is a choice.
Either we die or follow along with this arbiter's orders.
If you die, Aldis, in battle, you will be resurrected in Isgard and make the roster of Ragnarok. It makes no difference.
I do not mean there would just be me, or us here on this field, but every Sturmkrag.
And frankly, not all of us tend to walk upon the holes of the Isgard just yet.
Precisely. It is up for you to decide. As much as I wish it to be me to decide where they go and what they do, I'm not in this position. You are. You will decide. People look up to you because of your accomplishments. You have guided us through borderless seas into a new land. As much as King Vetir dictated much of what goes into where, now there are no constraints. Listen to what Arbiter has to say. If you deem it unjust, you will find your own ways against tyranny, and I will stand beside you as I have done. My only aim is to make sure our culture survives. That is all.
That does seem to be all. I believe I have an announcement. I'll go listen to. Oh, that bastard's wings.
I will leave you all to your thoughts. Know that I stand with you, and I'm willing to die if it deems so. But whatever Arbiter has to say, it is up to you to decide our fate. The fate of our people. Should we perish to the sands of time, or should we emerge in triumph? That is up to you now. You rest on your shoulder. No one can perceive the weight before you're presented the opportunity. But if it needs so, I will die for what I believe.
Like, what do you think all this? Need me some ale. Really?
Aldis is gonna stay there quiet for a long moment. It will protect us within reason. I will hear what your arbiter has to say.
He is not my arbiter. I do not like his decision making throughout time. I am very much at odds with him, as much with the rest of the Pantheon. But I will stand by my people. If that means death, so be it. I am with you. I just hope it doesn't come to that. I will not dictate your path. I can only nudge you into a prosperous one. I'll be with you, regardless. To the bitter end or to the prosperous end. I will be with you.
Guess what
Not the
all we can do is do the best we can.
Not to rush you guys, but I'm running out of battery and running out of time.
Okay, good.
Yep. Same.
I need me some ale before I'm gonna go and listen to this arbiter kind of talk. And I'm saying
That being said, Alt exits the infirmary tent. Left you guys to your own devices. And Arbiter eventually comes forth to issue his right. Whatever the fate of all of Sturmkrag, he crowned as king, rightfully so. It is up for you guys to dictate where you would go or what you would do. So Arbiter, as you are amassing amongst the murder in charge, what do you tell the people?
First, he uses thaumaturgy to echo his voice. And he says to the crowd, Who among you is your leaders, your captains, those who rally your men? Step forward to the front.
The people look to the Beyonders.
Aldis is gonna snort. Shit. She's gonna start marching forward, leaning heavily on her spear.
Just you. There can hardly be one leader amongst a host of thousands.
There's more than me, Aldis is gonna say. In fact, I would probably say I'm the least of the leaders. She's gonna say, turning back and looking back at the crowd.
Then I have some questions for you. What is your culture value? More than anything else.
Victory.
And what goes to the victor?
Spoils.
Yes, they go the spoils. But what happens if your people lose? Because clearly you didn't accept it. I can't trust your culture to just accept when they lose. I cannot trust honorable combat from you. I don't agree with your raiding ways. My people, I lead them with love and wisdom. I lead them to have peaceful lives, not to be weak, but not to seek out combat. I know how you Stürmkragians work. You go in combat, you die, you go to Valhalla. You go to somebody I presume as a cowardly god, Odin, who seeks to fight against his inevitable fate.
Boy.
Instead of accepting his fate and accepting the things he's done to the giants, to the people he's seriously hurt, instead of making up for those mistakes, instead he fights against it because he can't accept that maybe going around killing people indiscriminately and doing whatever you want doesn't actually help anybody, doesn't even help yourselves. Odin is going to die. All of your people were almost dead. A very small portion of them would have been alive. I know a bit about your Ragnarok. Who of your Aesir is going to be left after Ragnarok is over? Can you tell me that? As he points to the only person who stepped forward as a leader. Where will your gods be after Ragnarok?
Who stepped forward as a leader? I'm sorry, what?
I believe it's Olfar?
Aldis.
Aldis? Yeah, she was the one that stepped forward, and he points at her
That was
and says, where will you gods be when Ragnarok's over?
It is said that the gods are doomed to fall during Ragnarok, and the survivors, the remnant, will remain.
And what do you think is going to happen if they follow in the footsteps of Odin and continue to raid? Do you think today is a coincidence? Do you think that Odin and the Aesir are the only gods out there? What do you gain from all of this? Because you know your souls are probably going to be destroyed in Ragnarok, that you'll be snuffed out from history and there'll be nothing left.
The Sturmkrag Ragnarok sends a chance to fight against fate. It's a last clash to protect those who we revere.
Oh, you protect, and yet you murder. Why should I care about your people that you protect when you care none about mine?
Did you
You
not?
clearly don't care. If you cared about protecting your people, you wouldn't have raided us in the first place. You wouldn't have tried taking control of everything.
We protect our own.
You protect your own, and why should I care about your own? I am your king at the moment. But why should I care about your people when you've done so much damage? What do you build that lasts?
Our families, our homes, our peoples. That's what lasts.
And if you want to continue on your path and continue to raid and to murder and to take what you don't own, why should I not just kill all of you and save everybody the trouble? Looks at Volt. Then looks back at you.
But clearly,
Why
you
should I not?
have another you have another wish and desire, or else I would not be standing here.
I need a reason to let you live. Why should we? So far, you've told me and agreed that you're going to continue doing the exact same things until all of your people are dead? Do you not care for your women and children who won't go to Odin, who won't make it because they're not warriors?
I'll take a long, slow, deep breath, and you say, "What I have not heard is what you have to offer. You spared us in saying that you had a plan or something to offer in trade, a deal. That's what Bull told us.
I spared
not heard
you
it yet.
because I wanted to talk to you. I wanted to know where you people stand. Because I sympathize with Volt. You are his people. I disagree that he's not taking a more direct hand, but he knows you better than I do. You know he's fighting against Odin and the Aesir, yes? You know he's trying to fight against that fate by allowing you to have the freedom.
Aldis's eyes are going to glance to the bolt and frown.
That may have been a circumstance in a fit of rage. I may have said that, given the circumstance I was given. But I am I'm knitting the conundrums that came with waging war on the Aesir. My war goes to one particular individual, and whatever ties that brings into the fold, they will face the consequences, or I will die. Fighting for
well,
what
your
I
people
believe.
face the consequences. And what about your people? Are you willing to let them face the consequences for their actions?
They are free to choose their own destiny, arbiter. That was given unto them to choose what they ought to be.
And let me
I
ask
will
you
not
this.
Armstrong them into a path that I seem best fit, knowing what I know. That is not what it means to be free.
Oh, so strength isn't what it means to be free. Do you hear that? Your own new should-be God has said strength isn't everything. What do you say, Althar? Do you agree? Do you agree taking things, from my perspective, killing and murdering is the most valuable thing in your culture?
Who's Ulfar?
Who's all far? Yeah.
Aldis?
Aldis, yes.
Then Aldis.
All right.
Do you agree? Is strength the only thing that matters in your culture? Is that what you want to be remembered for, is going to foreign lands murdering people? Is that the legacy that your people shall follow?
Strength is a tool that we use. It is clear that some things have not been told to us. She's going to say, looking at Bolt. Then she's going to look back into Arbiter. Strength is a tool that we use to carve out our place, to secure ourselves for our people.
What about
you say
negotiation?
You have an option.
What about negotiation? What about talk? Have you ever thought of just talking to our people? I said I rule with love and wisdom.
Friends, the elves we have come to a tentative agreement with them. Were you aware of that?
The elves. No, I was not. And agreeing with the elves, so why didn't you talk to us instead? Why raid and attack my Frothian people instead of making an agreement like it with the elves? Whose brilliant idea was that?
Actually, we did try and talk with the barbarians.
The barbarians? You mean the ones that are on the reservation on the mountain?
Are they not part of Frothies?
No, I do not control them. We have an agreement.
Why
don't
is it
raid
that anyone
trust-
that you control is considered part of Frothies?
I don't own the mountain. Everything around the mountain is not for Frothies because I respect them in their way of life. They are allowed to live there in the way they want. But should they get aggressive, they will meet the end of my blade the way your people have. Do you understand what I'm getting at?
You want to offer us an option? Then tell us what it is.
I want to offer you a place on this continent. Well, that means you need to change. Raiding can't be what you do anymore. If you do, you will meet opposition, and not just from me. There's a land to the northwest. Nobody owns it. Nobody's bothered to try and take it. I believe your people deserve a right to live, but you do not have the right to take land and lives from other people. Not here. I respect Volt. I respect parts of your culture. I do not respect your raiding and murdering. If you want to continue that way, it won't be me next time. I have killed your king, killed hundreds of your men, and brought them back, all to give them a chance to change. Because Odin won't do this. Odin would rather you fight each other and die to go on his fool's errand of fighting fate. I would rather Sturmkragians be remembered. I want to see your works of art, of music, not of your blade. Because you won't be the only power here. To the west, there's the dragons, the Golden Kingdom. Tyrael's a power in its own. Imagine attacking the Tyrael elves. They won't take too kindly to it. They have more magic than my people. You cannot seek to potentially take that from them. To the east, there's the Apjin elves in the deserts. There's also the dwarves who live in the mountains. You cannot seek to take everything from everybody, and all you'll do is get people here on this continent to come after you. And you will doom your people. So again, are you willing to give up raiding and to take the territory? And maybe I can sweeten this offer to you. We have enemies to the north. Make my enemies your enemies so that I may call you an ally instead of this senseless slaughter between each other. What do you think of that?
Do
you wish to see your people ground?
In their heart warriors. I do not think that that can change. But you have shown us something here today, I think. And perhaps we can come to a tentative agreement with your northern lands that you mentioned.
Oh, they're evil. The cult of the witch eats babies. Has any of you ever wished to sacrifice your children to a witch to eat?
Aldis is in.
Aldis. They eat babies. Fuck that. Fuck them.
They ask children in tithe as part of ruling those lands. Have at them. They are not my problem. We, in fact, have been fighting against these cult lands to the north for hundreds of years. Any muscle that could be directed towards them, I will even provide you with food and weapons. Maybe your men could use better boats. I am sure we could help with that. Maybe even better
I'm not
mounts.
sure that your peoples could build boats sufficient for us.
Well, you haven't seen all of the continent. You've only seen one small portion. You were in the lake. The lake is in the middle of the continent. We have seafaring boats. We even have guns. I don't know if you've seen those,
What are
but they are
goons?
starting to.
Goons?
Goons?
Yes.
What are,
They are
what are these
long
goons?
metal-barreled devices that fire stuff like arrows, almost like arrows at impressive distances.
I
with
think
impressive
that's called a
punch.
bow.
No, it's different, but we will
How
talk
is it
about that
different?
later.
The fuck
You're
are
getting
we
caught on the
about
wrong
that?
thing. Let's focus. Olphus, as the only one who stepped forward, you speak for your people at the moment. What do you say to all this? Would you rather be an ally of the people of this continent, showing us the good parts of your culture, your music, your art, keeping your warrior ways, or would you rather grind your people in the dust, fighting and throwing yourselves against an endless continent of people? Because unfortunately to me, your people seem very small right now.
Aldis is going to glance back over shoulder to the peoples behind her. These lands to the north, they are sufficient. They would be sufficient for us. We will do what we can to take it from them. But there is a challenge arising. Conflict at Holmgang, it would be hard for you, for many of us to follow you. I do not have expressed desire to follow you as a king. You are not Sturmkragian. Bolt
Yes,
says he is.
I realize this. That's why I need to know, do you agree yes or no to this? If you were able to lead your own people, would you agree to this?
I think it is safe for me to speak for the Sturmkragians that this northern land will suffice for us.
Then we are agreed. I want you to be the new queen of your people.
Wait, what?
Wait, what's that?
You will lead your people and you will rule them. And in return, I will respect your position.
Wow, Queen Aldis, nice promotion.
I'll
Is that what
expect,
I'm gonna see on-
in return, I will respect your position. I will hear that you make progress and that when you wish to have things from us, that we trade, that we talk, and that I don't mind providing food and weapons to your people. But in return, as you guys have always have, as Sturmkrag always has, earn your spot at that table.
It is not Sturmkragian to take charity.
It's not charity.
but
You will be
We
earning
will
it.
earn it. We will earn it. And you are, perhaps, maybe you understand us a little better than I thought. But
Maybe in time you'll understand us better too.
Hmm.
Volt,
Your people are crazy. I do not know if that could be the case.
he looks at Volt. You have taken the sword of the king. I believe there's a owner here who would like that back.
It is by right yours, and he conjures a gust of wind to float it towards you, with a bit of resentment under his stead. But yes,
Does this mean we're not gonna see you on the Headless Harpy anymore at all this? Don't worry. If you ever need an advisor, you got me.
Look, they do have oceans around a lot of their mountainous region. I'm sure we can find a way to take your boat there. I could imagine Eden could fly your boat across the skies to the other side if need be. We have connections.
I don't know who this Eden Lassie is, but she can help us get the Headless Harpy onto open water. It wasn't me who said that, it was Pez Aldis.
Wait,
So
whoops.
the only thing
Fix it.
that is left then is for you to gather your war camps throughout Frothies and to take them to the west, where you will have unowned land, and you can build yourselves a true Sturmkragian home for those who come from the old Agrian continent. And in addition, any people that shows up through, we will send them that way.
We have a tentative agreement then.
Great. Then I shall take my leave and take my men, and I will talk to the Duke of this region. But I do expect that you'll send word to your men to stop any fighting in the time being until you can reorganize and get everybody to leave. This is going to be a massive undertaking to get everybody to the west. I have some favors
We will
from the Golden
we
Kingdom.
will continue our hold on Fjöreborg and the Mir in charge until such time as we can secure more food for our people, because currently when we arrived here we were starving. We took those places for food. Especially this place.
Then we will share. But you also need to make sure that you do not stop the wagons from leaving. This food feeds all of the territory in my domain. I cannot have my people starving trying to help yours. But we will make sure that you have plenty that you need to make your way west. That, for me, is a guarantee. It's a promise. I'm sure Volt wouldn't want to see that either. I imagine he wants to see you all succeed. Other than that, I think that we have reached the culmination of this meeting. I'm going to leave. I will leave one of my lieutenants as a liaison, and he will... It is like an emissary. He will be my representative while he's here. If you need something from us, he will be the person you talk to. He will also be the one who will lead those who live here who are Frothesian.
A messenger.
An administrator.
A watchdog, more like it.
Well, we are at an armistice, but I would rather know for sure that we're not going to have any armistice. It is, maybe it's a Frothesian word. It is an agreement not to attack each other. While there is no full... He rolls his eyes.
Carry on.
Is he like not sure? It's like, I should have made her the queen. Wait a minute.
Right. Anyways, I will be my lieutenant here. If you need anything from Frothesian peoples,
What of the sword?
namely me, the sword's hers.
You give
Unless
the
you wish to
sword
take it.
Aldis.
Yes. I figured when you floated it over, you
is watching from the sidelines, which is actually pretty a contrast to what he does.
Right. But anyways, yeah, he gives you the sword. Alphys, you're the queen of your own people now. Rule your people with wisdom.
She will cup it in her hand and hold it. Her fingers aren't fully going to clasp around it, but she will just hold it in a partially opened hand. And before letting her hand drop to her side, as she looks back at him.
He stares back.
He's looking at me, and I'm looking at him.
Right.
Very well then.
I have...
You
Sorry, you're going to say
said
something?
you said you had places to be. Then go. Let us sort this out. I will do what I can.
Very well. And then he turns around, he calls for Chappie, and he mounts on top of him. And then he looks at Volt and says, Volt, we will have a longer discussion later. And then he flies out over the encampment to his people.
As you fly out.
And he flies to his people, and then he just gets them. You see him over the encampment point to one guy to come in, one of his lieutenants, and then the rest of the men march off into the distance. There's now one lieutenant with white hair and red eyes that look much like a dragon's. That is now amongst your people.